I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Let's go. World's Most Dangerous Podcast. B.O.P.'s in the building. What's good?
What's going bar for bar with me? Shouts out to the fans, man.
Let's get it.
What's good?
Hondo up in this piece.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh out.
What's
Hey, I
up?
got my clock too.
Oh, you
Let's
got
wake
your
up the
Oh, shoot. Let's make them boys up.
Let's wake up the neighbors of all my
Wake up,
people.
wake
Peak
up, wake
blackout.
up. You already know,
Yeah.
Iceberg. Yeah, baby. You
What's
already
good?
know. Hey,
Come
sound
on,
the
man. You know how
alarm
we
up in
do it,
here.
man.
What's good with you, my guy? What's happening,
Hey, man,
Iceberg Slim?
they can control Jay-Z, Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, you know what I'm saying? They can't control, you know what I'm saying? They can't control Fresh Out, man. We're in the building
son,
tonight,
they
man.
can't
Let's go,
do that.
man.
Oh,
Shout
no.
out, man. We got a crazy episode for y'all tonight, man.
Hey.
B.O.P. was going down.
Hey, man, just lit, but not in the way that y'all think. Hey, hey, don't get it twisted now. But question is, what some of y'all got up in here then? You know, because it's the beginning of the weekend. Like Iceberg said, we have a another crazy show that we're going to cover on a bonus situation. Go ahead and copy one of those if you haven't already. And go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the like button, the notification bell. And if you're feeling frisky, go ahead and donate something on the Cash App and super chats. And Sock was good. Was good with you, bro. Hey, welcome. If you've been here before and if this is your first time, welcome to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous podcast. Rap City, no basement. Let's go, Iceberg.
Hey,
What's
we in the building
poppin'?
tonight, man. Let the AK off, man. Rebirth the
Let
sock,
it
man.
off.
Saying let's go already in the building.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Miss LB's in the building. What's up, fellas, man? I gotta give an AK
Shout out to y'all. Shout
Miss
out, man.
LB.
Shout out.
Come on, man.
Oh yeah,
Carmen's in the building.
What's
man.
good?
Shout out to Carmen,
Carmen
laughing
laughing at us.
always, man. Come
You
on,
know the deal,
man.
Carmen. You know the deal.
man.
Y'all know what time it is.
Come on, man. I do. I had to bring my clock out. I had to bring my clock out, man. I said, hold up, man.
You know the deal.
You know what I'm saying? Again, oh man, come on, Pirate 600's in the building, man. Shout out to Pirate
that
6,
bass
man.
on that
Come
first
on,
time.
man.
You already
I gotta
know,
give him the
Power.
horn and the AK, man. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
Man. But
know
that
what
made
I'm
me
saying?
want to dang near shed a tear. Power that
Yeah,
bass
man.
on the first time.
Man.
Oh. Gene, what's good?
Gene, man, saying go. Nas is the GOAT. Come on, man. Tonight, man, we celebrate Nas, man. Let's be clear, man. 30 summers, man. You know what I'm saying? 30 for 30. We celebrating, man, tonight, man. S. Dot is in the building, man.
What's good with y'all?
Man.
What's good with
not
the
sure
couple?
my all-time favorite, but it's written Illmatic.
Okay,
that's the good one, man. S. Dot, man. I don't know, man. That's
all right.
I may have to slide. I'm gonna have to slide on that ill a little bit, man. Real talk.
Hey, that ill still
tonight, man. Again, if you new to Fresh Out, man, welcome back to the show. Fresh Out Show is our IGs. Go check us out, man. Hey, we're here every Wednesday, but man, we here something special, man. Tonight, man, we're actually celebrating this King Disease 3 album that Nas just dropped. It's heavy, man. It's super heavy. If you haven't heard it, we're gonna kind of run through it a little bit. J Camp's coming through, man. Paul. Shout out to LB, the Powerful. I gotta play the music, man, because he's holding it down.
I keep forgetting the ring. But we're gonna,
kiss the ring for the LB, the Powerful.
Kiss that King's Disease ring. Go ahead and kiss that for the one time.
But like I said, if you've been under a rock, man, Nas has been dropping crazy records, man, for the past 3 years, man. Started with King Disease 1, Grammy. Let's be clear. Then he dropped the King Disease 2, had crazy features. We saw Lauryn Hill on that joint.
Yeah,
and he dropped the special
rapping for the first time.
Rapping for the first time
since that Unplugged situation. Let's be clear.
Come on. And then we had the Magic Surprise album, December 2021. Then we came into this year, 2022, and we said, hey, is he going to drop some? Who's going to drop first, actually? We thought Jigga was going to drop some, man. He's been talking a lot of stuff, man, so we thought he's going to drop something. We knew KD3 was on the way. He said that in the Ugly situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we knew it was on the way. But We finally got an announcement, man. Last month, 11/11/22 is here today. We gonna talk about it today. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's be clear, man. We gonna go in, man, and just go through the album. It's a crazy situation, man, but we're gonna go through and peep the game on this, man, tonight. So again, if this is your first time coming through, man, hit the Cash App, man. Where my Cash App?
Hold on,
put a bread out.
I got you, man. I always got the cashola.
Get that Cash App is down there, man. Fresh Out Show, man. Come on, man. We keeping the ministry right.
That's right. That's right.
But again, this album is crazy. Again, Hit-Boy, and we might as well say Hit-Boy might be the producer.
He's arguably the best producer of this time.
I was gonna let you say it, Bebo. I think he's the best right now, man.
Think so
we gotta let the AK off, man, for Hit-Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and the salute.
And the salute. And on Veterans Day. Shout out to all our veterans too, man, holding it down, man. You know how we do. Shout out to all the veterans man, out there, man. We gotta salute you, man, all day.
We appreciate and thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you
man.
so
You know
much.
What I'm saying? Gotta let that
thank you.
All for you.
Yep. In the air, 21 gun salute.
All day.
Yeah.
Q Smooth. Hey man, how you doing? Hey man, how you doing, man? Hey, nice coming through, Q.
What's happening?
We gotta let the AK off for you, man. Anytime we get a new one in here, man, we gotta salute.
That's right. All day.
Carmen already going in saying what her favorites are. Okay, I see. Okay.
She got that bonus track on.
It's also the solid roll through. You know, let's be clear.
Yeah. I think so.
Miss L, hold on, but Miss LB saying, "I'm so ready to talk about this album." We are too.
Like, let's go.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Let's cook. Let's cook.
Nas is real crazy. Don't be scared now, man. It's on fire. And let's be clear, man. You know, the Drake and the 21 Savage, they came out last week, but it's time for the City Boys to go sit down and start the grown men. It's a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? And again,
it's one of these swags. It's one of these swags real quick for the one time. You got to throw a little tie on or something.
All day. And let's be clear, man. Again, man. I gotta pull out my mama, my rap snacks, man, for Takeoff, man. I had to bring him out here for Takeoff.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Takeoff, man. He was late the rest of the day in Atlanta. Shout out to the Migos, man. You know, beautiful situation.
Salute to the to Migos and the family of Takeoff, man. I
know just for on a bad situation, man. Just want to salute the fam, and also, man, you know, big ups to Offset and Quavo for kind of putting aside their beefs and actually, man, sending Takeoff home right. You know what I'm saying? That's right. So
coming together,
man. R.I.P. to Takeoff, man. Beautiful. Alicia Keys performed. What's your thoughts on that, B, before we go in real quick?
Hey, that's just I couldn't have said it better than you did, you know, with Alicia Keys performing, with the event being held at the State Farm building with Takeoff's childhood pastor or reverend, you know, officiating the event, and everybody else who are family, friends, and loved ones of Takeoff, man. It's just nothing short of very necessary for the impact that Takeoff had on everybody. And, you know, he was somebody that was, you know, very vocal in in what he had to say on track, but very laid back when it came to his disposition. And, you know, regardless of whatever your disposition is or was, you know, it was just a life that was robbed from us way too soon. So we just here at Fresh Out, and you guys, I'm sure, want to send our salute to everybody that was in attendance and those that couldn't make it, because the event, I know, was just nothing short of phenomenal.
Like I said, man, just want to salute, man, Takeoff, man, Migos. Let's be clear, man. Even the hip hop heads got to understand, man, the Migos is just different. Amazing group, man. Shout out to QC, man, and all the guys over there, man. Coach K, holding things down, man. And like I said, man, it's just a bad loss, man. And hopefully this stuff stops, man. And like Power 600 said, man, these are young dudes, man. Like,
we're losing them too soon.
Yeah, too soon. But to me, this is why we got to celebrate our hip hop stars and legends while we have them. We had on Nassim Myrick last night, man, and he was talking about big. King. Let me let the AK off for
please do
Myrick, man.
A production legend. You know, a
like
producer legend.
he's been in the game, man. When Puff was in Howard, man, you know what I'm saying? They met in their dorm room. That's
With
crazy.
Harvey Pierre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harvey Pierre, man. So again,
Yeah.
if you haven't saw that interview, go check it out on our channel, man.
Please
After
do.
this, but again,
It's heavy.
just want to salute Nazeem, man. Like he basically doesn't do interviews. He pretty much told us he did Angie Martinez and Fresh Out. Let's
There
be
you go.
clear. So again, you want to see that exclusive, man? Go over here, check out on the channel, man. Again, shout out to Naseem Myrick, man. Crazy.
Absolutely. And real quick, if I may, brother, it's not too late at all to go ahead and purchase your Black Friday gifts early from Best Buy.
Hey man, I'm actually putting that in the link right now, man. Go check out. Hey man, if you're in the doghouse with the wifey, you trying to get right with a new situation, man. Your boyfriend clowning. We got the best. We got the Black Friday deals right now.
That's right. And as
put them in the chit that, man.
Right. As Iceberg's pulling it up again, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, when you get the chance, hit up myrapverse.com, the best hip hop website that has just been erected. Pause. And you know, you're gonna get some exclusives. You're gonna get some exclusives. You're gonna get some, you know, already, you know, some news that's already out there. And you know, shout out to his curator, DJ Scanless, our homie, our partner right there. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Scanless.
Let's go to that guy, you know, our brother right there, you know, holding it down. And you know, go ahead and check it out right here. You know what I'm saying?
MyRapverse.com. Let's be clear, man. They in the building tonight, man. You're also going to see us on there. You can hear our podcast on the website too.
Yes.
That means we affiliated. We connected. You know what I'm saying? So price of the podcast is going up.
Went up.
Let's be clear. We're here to talk about the Nas situation.
King's Disease 3.
Let's be clear. This is Nas's 16th studio album.
Yeah.
It's crazy. One producer, Hit-Boy.
One.
Let's be clear. One.
Zero.
What's your first reaction, man, when you heard the album, man? What was your first reaction just going in?
Just going in, speechless. Just had that face like, you know, one of those faces as the sounds were entering the eardrums for the very first time late last night after we got done interviewing Naseem Myrick, you know, that legend, you know, going from interviewing one legend to listening to another. Hey man, it was a great transition to hear this album as a roll through. So as Carmen stated, from front to
called
end.
It. Yeah,
she called it. And I'll tell you this, my expectations were met in that it has the gravitas of King's Disease 1 with the potency of Magic. So salute to Nas for recognizing what KD3 needed sonically, chemistry wise, lyrically, you name it. He delivered. He definitely delivered. But Iceberg, what's your thought? Well, same question.
I stayed up to midnight to hear this because, of course, man, all the music comes out, you know, basically 12 midnight, you know what I'm saying, Friday.
Oh, yeah. We was watching this, no doubt.
Oh, yeah,
we was watching that until it hit midnight.
So, it peaked, man, and I just kind of put it on, man, and fell asleep to it. And I woke up, man, it was still bobbing, you know, that on repeat. But to me, what set it off to me is Nas is just timeless. You know, the bars are just crisp. The mix down, the quality, the same thing we talked about with Nazeem last night.
Yep.
The quality was there. Hit-Boy is on a whole nother level to be able to basically knock out this much work. And I'm just talking about this body of work. Yeah. The KD3 might be the best out of the whole trilogy. We're gonna get to that later too. But again, let's go to the rundown.
Okay,
it started off with Ghetto Reporter. Crazy beat.
Very.
Then we went to the legit and shout out to Freddie G. You know what I'm saying? That sample is so classic, man. If people don't know the classic sample, break that down, Bebo, on that legit.
Man, that legit joint, that was a sample from the song called "A Heart Is a House for Love" from the Five Heartbeats. Anybody who's seen the movie The Five Heartbeats should have some semblance. Shout out to Robert Townsend too. Uh, great and awesome actor in that movie as well as the others. But that's essentially where that sample came from. Hit-Boy just did a nasty one on that Legit Boy, but yeah, there you have it there, Iceberg.
Man, Queen Anna's in the building saying Nas, man. She going in. Shout out to Queen, you know what I'm saying? She's going in. Byron's in the building. It's
Brian,
over. Nas is undisputed 5 mic instant classic. I agree. And like I said, we got on the horn today. Me and Bebo, Jay Kent was in the group chat as well.
Yeah.
We didn't want to get caught up in just the newness of the album. We wanted to actually let it ride. So of course it's new. But when I heard the Thun and I heard the Michael and Quincy, it changed the game. I think this is what Miss LB was saying on Wednesday, where a Premier, Marley Marr, those kind of producers can give you the boom bap. But what he showed on that Michael and the Quincy, the change up on the production, where it went from like a classic boom bap sample to almost like a Nipsey West Coast vibe on the drums. I mean, like I said, this is what Miss LB, in my opinion, was talking about, where Hit-Boy can give you something that these young guys can do that maybe the older guys can't. No disrespect to the older OGs in the production game. But again, Brian is saying it, man. It's over. Nas is undisputed. We talked about this earlier this week too. Is Nas the actual GOAT of hip hop? And I have to agree, man, with this run. This is one of the best 4 album runs that we've had in hip hop. He's saying 5 mic instant classic. Bebo, what you thinking on what Brian's saying?
Well, I do want to let the album soak in more, but and yeah, Power. Shout out. Yeah, absolutely. Peace to you, Steve. But this album, man, it's arguably 5 mics. I know that with a 5 mic album comes time. So I do think that that's one of the most critical factors of any 5 mic album to be considered as such. But again, it's a roll through. And I would say that that Nas is somewhere right there on that 4 album run as far as potency. Probably next to DMX's first 4, because I want to say DMX hit number 1 on all 4 albums. Now I know, well, I can't remember if they dropped every single year, but I mean DMX was on a heavy run with his first 4. So I want to give DMX his flowers and rest in peace to the dog. Of course you have Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, who has had his run for every summer for much longer than that, from his inceptions. But as far as modern day times, you got to give it up to Nas for the last 2 to 3 years that you just spoke of, Iceberg.
And shout out, like I said, shout out Steve in the building, man. He just giving a little peace sign with the dude. Shout out, man. I gotta give him AK all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brian's also saying that Nas just shamed Drake and Jay-Z. And one day he put that Drake album to be in. He's just completely ended the GOAT debate. I think this ends the GOAT debate. I mean, of course, like I think Bebo said this on Wednesday, where you do have your 80s and the creators of hip hop, correct?
Yes.
But then it goes into this 90s golden era situation. And to me, going 30 summers.
30. And we call that too. We call that.
Hip hop has only been here for 50 years. So Nas just took up that chunk of that 30, man.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I agree with Brian, man. Like, you can't, the Drake stands. Let's be clear. Salute to Drake, man, and everything he's done coming to the game, being a middle child, where he's just, getting he came in, did his thing. He's still doing it. Salute to him. Shout out to Jay. I'm a Jay-Z fan. 25% of why I wear the Yankees because of Jay. Indeed. But again, this is a different level that we're hearing. Again, going to the 30 and Hood to Hood. What was your thoughts on those two records, man, going in on the 30 and Hood to Hood?
So again, not to brag, but we called that one this past Wednesday. This past Wednesday show where Nas has been doing this thing for 30 years, signed in the game, or as he put it in his song's hook, and as Iceberg stated, going on 30 summers. And after that marriage with Khalees, where he stated, I'm done with star chicks. I survived divorces. I ain't have to climb back. I just climbed in Porsches. That's just a semblance to show that he's risen and fallen back in more ways than one. Though I'm still maintaining, though whilst maintaining solidification in the game, which, by the way, Iceberg, Nas hinted on this song that he just might actually do an album with DJ Premier. He said that. So everybody watch out. Also, he alluded to the Pete Rock situation, relating to Nas and both of their classic work titled The World Is Yours, that legal situation and contention, and with Nas stating in so many words, he doesn't know why Pete is, outspoken in this fashion. But, again, Fresh Out hopes that they can work things out if possible. So, peace to those brothers, though. Legendary cats, man. But this is a dope bounce track that switches up the album's vibe in a pretty good way. Man. Even with a good start when he simply says he turned blocks to beaches. So it's some fly-ish. And then real quick on the Hood to Hood, you said this one has a classic Essence Nas sample with Hit-Boy's modern twist to it that makes heads nod to it, and others, that has a little groove to themselves and their spirit. It can make you want to two-step if that's what they want to do. But it's also that fly track that gives kudos to, really all the areas on the map. The second verse, though, stood out to me on this one, where he took note of other cultures chilling and sticking up for each other, while ours has a tendency to conduct ourselves in an opposite fashion at times. But Nas is still smashing young biddies. He mentioned that, while still giving up the quick nod to the so-called, or well, not the nod, but the quick hold up to the so-called kings. Really just, it's a dope track. But what are your thoughts on those two, brother?
Again, the 30 man, again, he was alluding to that ESPN 30 for 30 type movies, man, where he's doing 30 summers, man. Again, it's a little shot at Jay a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Dear Summer, I know you're gonna miss me, you know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, hey, be cool, because again, I've done it for 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you over here fighting Bacardi right now in a lawsuit about percentage. You're a quarter boy. I'm doing it 30 summers. Let's be clear. I got my own cigars. I got Escobar. I got the Hennessy deal. I ain't worried about I got the Hennessy deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still dropping albums. I'm actually putting out more, and it's on my own label. And again, we talked about Nas doing this thing before, and sometimes he would be inconsistent. But to me, he's got the best situation. You have one in-house producer, doing everything, production, mix down, everything. You're on your own label, so you don't have label issues. Just like Nassim said that the other day, a lot of issues are with the labels. They don't want to come out with albums. This is let's be clear. He's done 4. No label would have let him do that, in my opinion. So again, he's dropping more albums than Dave East, and Dave East is on his label, and a young boy. So again, the OG, and let's be clear, Nas is 49. This is not a young dude, but man, whatever he's drinking, what elixir he's got going on, man, you just see nothing but youth coming out of him, but also the wisdom that's coming out. The hood to hood, man, where he's talking about connecting. To me, this is synonymous with what happened with the situation in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Being smart about what we're doing and what's going on, man. So again, I think the 30 for 30 Hood to Hood, I think that was a perfect, tracks to kind of go in. And hold up, man, we got Simply Marvelous in the building, man. Got to show man. He's talking about that Michael and Quincy.
Oh, let's talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? Again, we just talked about the Michael and Quincy, but again, I love the fact that he is referring to him and Hit-Boy as the Michael Jackson and Quincy Jones. Let's be clear. If you're under 40, these are the archetypes. These are guys who crafted that sound for Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Quincy's that dude. You know, go in on that real quick, Bebo. You know, just to elaborate what you were talking about earlier.
Well, let me just say that I love how the beat switches up every 4 to 8 bars, or at least made a transition slightly or completely elsewhere that keeps the listener interested in the song. Even the last 20 bars or so, it turned into a whole nother modern beat that still fit the vibe of the overall production. So that's a mad dope situation that you crafted on production and post-production, Hit-Boy. Salute to you for that, as well as the rest of the album, of course. But this one where Nas spits about certain cats, making him step outside of his like calm demeanor to scuffle if and when need be, you know, way back when he was a younger cat. You know, that was an interesting thing to hear, you know, for him to, you know, refer back to his, you know, earlier years of that nature. Also him referencing, excuse me, the late Ray Liotta and James Caan, you know, those cats that really,
this is why you come to Fresh
highlighted.
Out.
Yeah, they highlighted the mob life that so many in hip hop history glorified, you know. So those are some of the patriotic actors. So it was dope for him to kind of bring that element, Nas to bring that element into this song, into the fold. Again, that highlighted such an element in hip hop history. And even as Iceberg stated, with Nas acknowledging the talents of Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson in regards to their music legacy as the duo that they are known to be. So that's my thoughts on that one. In fact, you know what is interesting, real quick, because with that one, there was a bar that stuck out, a couple bars I think that stood out to me, or at least a portion of that song where he said, "We're timepiece monsters. Every season we be on the hunt. Jeepers Creepers."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For those who know that Jeepers Creepers movie, that monster came out every few decades or so to come out and be on the hunt. So I thought that was an interesting line, but I digress, Iceberg.
Again, like I said, this goes back to Miss LB. Then different flows he's doing. He's in rare form for real.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I agree, man. Power 600 saying the first half of legit off KD3 reminds me of the season.
Yes.
RP Dilla. You know,
great analysis right there.
Great
brother.
analysis, man.
Rest
This is
in
why
peace
I
to
come
Dilla.
over here. Queen is saying, you know, facts of soul food, man. Talking about Brian's situation.
Yes, peace to
SLB
Queen.
saying he's been the GOAT since 96.
Well, yeah. Well, really, since 9293. So yeah. I'll even go back that far.
Got J Crew putting out pics. Miss LB.
Are we gonna go there? Are we gonna
go there?
We gonna go there right there? So let them know about your perspective with the Kufi if need be, Iceberg. You know, and shout out to LB, Miss LB.
Let's put the Kufi on real quick.
Go ahead.
Miss LB going in. Hold up. So Miss LB brought up something really nice.
Let's go.
Jay-Z's over here trying to cap.
Oh, Elizabeth. I think I'm coming home.
No, take me home. I got a clock on me. I'm like Tony Stark's with the heart. Jay-Z can't help it. We talked about this. We knew Jay was going to do something. Where's Nightmare at too? Because Nightmare is a super Jay-Z fan.
Yeah.
We knew Jay was going to do something. And, you know, he can't really outright say something. You know what I'm saying? Every time Nas drops, let's be clear, and I put the Koof on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's go.
Jay always does something, man, to take a little shine away from Nas, man. Because this is the thing, he doesn't have a Hit-Boy. He doesn't have it. Blaze is done. He's a podcaster. You know what I'm saying? So he's using Young Guru to kind of cap a little bit. So Young Guru puts us up, which he's still on the payroll. Shout out to Young Guru, man. We got to get you on the platform, man, all day. Much respect
go, Young Guru.
to Young Guru. Go. But Young Guru posts a pic and says, it's crazy how 1 5-minute conversation with Hove, capital letters, can refocus your entire life. I appreciate you, big homie. My anchor is strong, not Jesus, but Hova. And so he puts this on and he says, for motivational purposes only, which if you're looking at the picture, it is him with his 20 Grammy Awards. And I think he's drinking or doing something out of one with an LA hat, but you're from New York.
Oh, okay. Hey,
And I'm a Jay-Z fan. Bebo, what's your thoughts on this, man? Is this trolling or just paying homage when Nas drops on accident?
I don't see how it's homage if I don't see anything Nas related in this. I just don't. I do think it's kind of like that indirect troll situation. Not in a beef per se, not in a beef fashion per se, but maybe in a healthy competition, perhaps.
Okay.
You know, maybe in that fashion, but hey, shout out to Jay-Z for those accolades. I mean, none of us here wants to ever try to think that he is not deserving of any form of success in that fashion. It's just, you know, it's just funny that with everything else going on with Jay, you know, he's putting something out like this that's music related, and we don't have any music out unless he's going to surprise us with something, which is what we've been suspecting. But you know, this is a slight troll situation from what it looks like. So yeah.
And let's be clear. Nas said had a verse for Jay or a line for Jay.
Go ahead.
That said that, hey, you know, long story short, the competition is still there in his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, they're men and they can get past it. You can quote it better than I can. But the overall thing was, hey man, it ain't over. You know what I'm saying? It's not over, man. Like that whole situation ain't over, man.
He said, quote, "No beefs or rivals that play in ether on title. Brothers can do anything when they decide to. In a Range Rover dissecting bars from Takeover. Sometimes I text Hover like N-word. This ain't over." So what we're seeing there, so what we're hearing there is actually what Jay-Z has a habit of doing. Is whenever he would make mention of somebody, he wouldn't just be as direct about that person or persons. He would kind of be clever with it or witty. Well, I think we're kind of seeing possibly, because I don't want to say that anything is absolute in this fashion on Nas or Jay-Z's end, but it can come off like that from an external aspect if you're hearing that for the first time. But nonetheless, the line is funny. This whole situation here is funny. But it's great for at least a conversation piece, you know, between these two. It's great at least for the convo.
Hey
piece.
Man, DJ Scandalous is in the building.
Yeah, let it off.
Hey, DJ Scandalous is saying Nas and Biggie still ahead of Jay.
Yeah. We ain't sorry either. Man. We're not. Shout out to Jay because he's a classic.
Well, Scandalous, this is the thing, man. I got a question for Scandalous. Like, what are your thoughts, man, on Jay-Z, quote unquote, posting this picture of him and all his Grammys on the week of Nas dropping? Can we just say it's almost like he put that last nail in the coffin, man, as far as maybe the GOAT conversation? What's your thoughts on that, Scandalous? Because again, like I said, we don't really see Jay post pictures. We don't see even him allowing other people to post pictures. So, you know, Young Guru had to get this approved. This is not something that he just randomly I'm going to post Jay with his sneakers on at the house.
Great point.
And they laid out all the Grammys with hors d'oeuvres.
Right. Not with the hors d'oeuvres. Man. multiple fart sounds.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. So again, this is corny. And what my guy? Gabriel
M217 saying he's corny.
Let me let the AK off, man. I like that picture too, man, with the sneakers on.
Yeah, you chilling on that.
He's saying he's corny.
Yeah.
Every time Nas drops, he pulls a lame stunt.
I mean, it just goes to show Fresh Out's not the only ones that sees it. Shout out to you for that one, Gabriel.
Come on, man.
Shout out to you for that one.
They seeing what's going down, man. Scandalous is saying he can't get over getting bodied by Nas over 20 years ago.
He can't. He's still not over it. Not fully.
Everybody's agreeing with Scan.
Oh, yeah.
Queen saying Jay stay obsessed with Nas. Let's be clear.
Yeah. Ever since
he was writing those verses for Foxy, trying to big up Nas to get his attention. Let's be clear. So, but again, like I said, we're not trying to be negative. Salute to Jay. You got to get his rocks off, man. We give it to him. But at the end of the day, we celebrating Nas. again, we going back to the album. We had to talk about it. It's first of all, it's Miss LB's fault. She brought it up, not us.
Yep.
And hold up, let's give her the coup for one time.
Just for you, Miss LB.
Got to put the coup on. So again, we were at the hood to hood. Now we got to talk about recession proof and reminisce, man. What was your thoughts on those?
Recession proof and reminisce. So recession proof. The main point that I got from this track is to make sure that you're not moving in a sloppy fashion, and that you're making moves wisely if you're out here on the streets, as Nas once was, because anybody can get it no matter what your status is or your circumstance. And I think that the following bars that Nas spit on this one sums it up the best, or at least was the first bars that came to my mind. And it goes, it's a different world with 30-shot clips that curl melon popped like John Fitzgerald, JFK, with his girl in a drop. If he can get it, then anybody can get got. And I just wanted to read that as eloquently as I could without the rhythm aspect, to just emphasize the aspect that, again, if somebody that's notable like a JFK or an MLK or a Malcolm X or somebody, Jesus Christ, can get taken out, then who were you and I? You know, if we're reaching a certain level of notoriety and not moving differently, as we talked about here on this show, when it comes to the takeoff conversations, when it comes to the, the Nipsey Hussle talking points and so forth. Another dope track as well, with a dope beat switch up or transition at that 2 minute and 12-second mark. Before I go into reminisce though, Iceberg, do you have any words about recession proof? Or
I think, man, to me, let's be clear. I think he's one of the first dudes that actually admitted that we're actually in a recession. We ain't heard nobody even saying that.
Right.
And then the dude is saying that I'm recession proof. Again, man, the bars are so crazy. It's a beautiful situation, man. It's just off the chain. Again, but let me go into Scandalous. Scandalous was saying Ether, the diss on Jay that Nas had, if you are under 40. Is so legendary. Nas put Tupac in there saying, "Fuck JT."
He did.
You've been on my ears.
He did.
You love it.
The
Pac ad lives in the track. Pac did exactly it. If I wrote the war beat, genius. Like I said, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also Power 600 talking about the super ugly situation. Like Jay actually couldn't even go with the dude. He actually had to bring in the Carmen situation, not our Carmen, but the other Carmen, Carmen Brown.
I think I see what you're saying, in addition to what Iceberg saying, where he said that post was super ugly, talking about the Grammy post.
Yeah, that's super ugly.
It was super lame, basically, like the song was. So
didn't know there was a Nas and Game beef. Yeah, shout out to Roman, man, coming in the building, man. We got to let the AK off, Roman, man.
Shout out to you and welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah. But what
Miss LB saying what Nas and Game just shouted out Nas on the last album.
I'm aloof on that one myself. So
but
I'm not aware of.
Yeah, it could have. Like I said, man, who knows? But I remember Game was mad about some Nas. It was a while ago, man. But Roman's saying, listen to Hood to Hood. He's saying it's in there. Yeah, we got to check that out definitely tonight.
Okay. Yep, there you
but
go.
On the Reminisce, man, going on the Reminisce, what was your thoughts on that record, man?
Well, with Reminisce, this song's first verse is pretty reminiscent of Nas's past life in Queens, with mentions of hiding from robbery victims in the back of police whips, almost getting shot every 1 to 2 weeks being an average rate of such an occurrence happening, the handpiece, practicing and busting that in certain areas in the hood and whatnot, just those young hood experiences that a lot of us have gone through, up to the point where he's overcome those times and reached every former goal, leading into the second verse of Reminisce, of getting held under the microscope at the top of success with hate, with some, with vitriol. And by the way, speaking of that one, there's a line in there too. Before you go in, Iceberg, there's a line in there. It goes, it's that crazy. I ain't never been bothered that bothered you You ain't born for this ish. Being great is too hard for you. Oh man, you might have to rewind that if you didn't get that to some degree, but nonetheless, I like the end of this beat as far as what production Hit-Boy did on here, where it switches from kind of that standard steady flow East Coast sound beat to a sort of Nas ending off the song over a drill beat, proving that though the past is important to take note of, life is also about moving forward. So the beat was kind of symbolic to the subject matter that Nas was talking about, from the importance of recognizing the past, but understanding the importance of moving on to the future from your present. So at least that's what I got from it. But Iceberg, the floor is yours, brother.
I think, like I said, the bars are crazy. I'm reading what Miss LB saying. The sample Hit-Boy was on some other ish. But also, in my opinion, was the bar that he said we can gun blast a party. Great Gatsby theme. You know what I'm saying? Bring your first ladies to come with your new nasty thing. You know what I'm saying? My comfort gives you discomfort. Just know that in the hood they gonna bump this. I'm only as strong as my circle. The things that shape me would have murked you.
That got me too right there. That one. Yeah.
Like I said, he's just like the flows are serious. And to me, this is shots fired. Like, where my shot at?
Is it a shot or is it the AK?
This might have been an AK situation, man. Brian saying Nas covered so much ground in this album. The album explained the entire year. Amazing. He gave up every element from all his albums. Just classic.
He did.
But again, like I said, going into this reminisce situation, this is a shot fires joint, and I think the more that you listen to it, and again, we're gonna have DJ Scanless come up on next Wednesday to talk about this album in more detail. This is just a reaction situation. We're gonna actually go in depth on Wednesday as well. But I think as you go in here a little bit more, fresh white tees, 2 diamond crosses look like a hashtag. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, there's some shots being fired in this joint, and I think as time goes on, we're going to see what's going on with it. And let me say what Roman's saying. It's on the second verse. Don't worry about nobody else trying to energy match since any cap. That's when it really attacks. I'm OJ with the memorabilia. Had to steal it back.
I remember that line. I didn't know that.
Shout out to Roman. Let the AK off, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that might have been or is rumored to be a game reference there. So I didn't know that, but hey,
like the Nas flow we be hearing on the track. Stop that, my guy. You are now, oh my God, the feeling that feeling to be a king can't top that, my guy.
Maybe that one was shoot. Okay, all right. I remember that those bars too, and wow. Shout out to you, Roman, for that one.
Yeah, man.
Brian, the Get Light is so dope to me. Yes, Get Light, that track.
Hold on, let's slide down to the Get Light real quick. Let's talk about that. Let's skip real quick.
Let's go.
What's your thoughts on the Get Light? Because the Get Light was the bounce joint.
Well, it was. I'll tell you what. This was the old school sounding joint that intertwined with the horn sample on the beat. And it had, which, by the way, shout out and peace to DJ Cool, sampled on here. He, this is that old school joint that takes you back to those, to those house parties and whatnot. It's nice to get that fun track that we used to hear once again in the house parties, on the street parties, in the hood or whatever, with Nas rapping that fly fun verbiage, about getting mad shorties numbers, dice games going down, high end, at the Nas going from the high end spots and doing the hobnobbing, and then going right back to the hood right afterwards at times, family functions taking place, b-ball games on the outside court, 10 speed bike riding, up to the point where he hit the hip hop music charts as he got up to the age of 18 years old. Speaking of which, I like his last bars where he said, I was just the tender age of 18 on the charts, wasn't even dreaming this far. Believe who you are. The sun doesn't even know it's a star. The sun doesn't even know it's a star. And that just goes to show. I mean, I don't. In matter of fact, I can't even put it more eloquently. You got to believe in yourself, no matter your circumstances, and work toward overcoming in order to progress into a better stance in your life. But I'll land my plane from that situation there.
Shout out to Kendall, man. Outlaw. He's saying that end to reminisce, man. Your thoughts on that?
The end of reminisce. Oh boy, the end of that one. Again, I don't really have much more to say on that one outside of it serves as a symbolic representation of forward movement when you hear the drill beat. I'd have to go back on it to get more of the lyrics, soaked into my mind, or what have you, to break down lyrics and so forth on that note. But again, it was a symbolic representation that, hey, I'm still Essence Nas, but I'm also with it to where I can rock over a drill beat and just fit very well. I could fit in the pocket with these, with the ASAP Rockies and the who's the drill rapper that was on the Katie bonus track? It slips my mind.
Fabio Foreign.
Fabio Foreign. Thank you, Fabio Foreign. That's it. That's what it represents to me. But you might have a better insight, so please drop that in the comment section. And Iceberg, I'm ready.
Well, I mean, like I said on the reminisce joint, mass appeal. Now we're really up. Reminiscing, relationships. It ain't the prettiest. I was stuck on the silliness. You know what I'm saying? But then it's too late. Reminisce. Like, to me, again, I think Nas is, and I think it goes back to what Cormega was saying, man. You're seeing a black man, enjoying being happy, man. Looking at the things in the past, man, and saying, hey, it is what it is, toasting it up, man. Yeah. But it's still enjoying life. And I think that's what that record was about, especially the end of it, man. And shout out to our man Kendall. Gotta give him that AK, man.
Shout out to Kendall, yes. And peace to Omega. Salute to you for your album too.
BX legend, man. We gotta give Hit-Boy his flowers. The beast on these tracks. Come on, man. I gotta give you the AK BX legend, man. Yeah, we gotta give Hit-Boy his flowers, man. Like the beat switch ups, like especially on that Michael and Quincy.
Yes.
When I heard that brought into what Miss LB was saying, that shout out to the OGs in the game on the production. But this is something that Hit-Boy this is what he does. Those beat flip ups, man, where you like, oh, this is a boom bap bar. This is just a sample. Where's it going? Then he flips into a whole situation. A
whole nother
BX, situation. Man, D Money. He's
Bronx spot on, legend, man. D Money. Yeah, what's up? Man. What's up? Hey, yes, absolutely. Flowers to Hit-Boy. Not Focal said I was dealing with Columbia. Ooh, that line. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Oh, I was dealing with Columbia Records. Go ahead, brother.
Give him the AK real quick.
Give him the AK. All right, all right.
Go in though, people. Go in though.
No, I was going reading. Not Focal. Shout out to you, Not Focal. I was dealing with Columbia Records while dealing with what the country's Columbia jungles had left us. Ooh, I'm telling you, hey, that one really stood out to me too. Oh, God bless. It just goes to show, man. And that was on the that was on that First Time track. That's where that was. Yeah. And we could talk about that. Crazy ill beat once more from Hit-Boy. That track, that reminds me of the Reminisce track that Nas did. Only Nas is putting himself in our shoes, or at least putting the onus on us, asking, what was it like when we first heard him? Yeah. What was it when we first heard him? Because you guys got it from me as Nas on Reminisce and many other songs throughout my catalog and legacy. But I want to know from you, where were you at, basically? And he made references having us as the fans of him go back to where we first heard him on Main Source's Live at the Barbecue song, or Nas's first classic release, LP release, Illmatic, of course. Or was it sometime afterwards where Cass was saying that he wasn't picking the best beats? It makes you go back to what was happening in our lives as soon as Nas hit the scene. I also like how Nas essentially, again, moving it back forward to some degree, he did give Kendrick Lamar his flowers when K-Dot first emerged for Nas to witness. And of course, with Nas asking us when our first time was and first hearing cats like Biggie Smalls, Slick Rick, Tupac with Digital Underground. He said it was for him.
Michael
NWA,
Jackson.
yeah, Michael Jackson, cats from Motown, you name it. Just classic singers prior to hip hop's 80s and 90s moments as well. So that was definitely a standout song, as well as a standout set of bars that you stated there, Not Focal, I believe it was. So shout out to you for that. Los Lone Wolf. Nas been coming through like the Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, on the Jack Swag. On the Jack Swag. Okay.
Los, man, in the bill, man. Gotta let the
yes.
AK off more. Yeah, he been coming through, man.
Yeah. DFW.
Yeah, Nas subscribed to Black experience so well and realistic, the good and the bad. And I agree, man. And also he did it on a way that it's adult contemporary. Like it's not a judgy situation. We were talking about this earlier. It's not a judgy situation. It's not a, and I'm a Jay-Z fan, no diss. But Jay looks at everything from I'm a billionaire. I'm this, I'm that. Nas is still rapping like he on the corner at the chicken spot. You know what I'm saying? But he still got the bread. He still got the wisdom. And he's coming to you like the OG, the uncle that everybody needs to say, hey, man, don't do this, do that. Look what I'm doing.
And he can still go back to the block, too.
Facts. He can go back to the block. I mean, like the Fabio Foreign situation that he did with ASAP and them, like on the what was that? Magic?
No, it was the first album. KD.
It was the first KD?
Yeah.
Okay.
The bonus track on that.
And they did that in front of the hood with the fur on.
Yeah,
with
the fur.
Like,
And there's even a picture of Nas on the block just sitting with his hat on a lawn chair or some type of chair, just chilling with his little drink or something. So you're right, Iceberg.
He get mad love in NYC.
Oh, yeah. Peace to Fabio Foreign. Yeah, shout out. And shout out to you, DFW Herbie.
Yeah, man, coming through, man.
Shout out to you, DFW.
I like the serious interlude. So much soul was on that shit, and I love the
story. Transition.
Yeah. Shout out to Kendall. Like the serious was a good story too. That was some joints, man. That serious, man. I don't know who sung on the hook, but that was nice though. And like for it was a 3-minute interlude. It's really a song. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
That was heavy, man. Brian saying, "Oh man, it sounds so much heat. I forgot I'm on fire, Lord God."
Okay,
talk about that. I'm on fire, real quick, man. We didn't go into that.
So we're going to start there and then go to serious, or how it flows?
No, let's talk about that. I'm on fire, real quick.
I'm on fire, boy. This one speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. Not only in the rhymes and the title of the song, but even Hit-Boy's sample of the beat is saying that too. Every aspect of it is saying what Nas has been on, not only over the last 2 to 3 years in his connection with Hit-Boy, but really all throughout his career. And I like how Nas referenced that Hate Me Now single featuring Diddy from the dope I Am album of Nas's, in the beginning of this track, and the many references from the first bars, such as trying to walk in my soles is like bare feet on hot coals. Soon as I start heating up, the whole block froze. So, we're talking about references such as, the stop, drop, and roll, living out as rap's arsonist, giving him hell now, being on fire like NBA Jam. Some of y'all remember that classic game, from back when.
He's on fire.
Yeah, and here's a deeper one. Even a reference such as hurt feelings that oftentimes serve as let me have Nas quote this part as well. The facts, more or less, I might hurt your feelings, but sometimes it's actually victimization mixed with that, with some of that entitlement. It's bound to explode. So I butchered it a little bit, but oftentimes we see the explosion of emotions in certain people, when really Nas is saying in most cases or some cases, hey, it's that victim mentality mixed with some of that entitlement that's unspoken. But overall, I think that Nas clearly sees the hate from several people. If we gonna keep it a buck, that's really just witnessing him kill it with Hit-Boy over the last few years since the producers reinvigorated this legend in Nas, along with the fact that Nas's legendary legacy burns, whether or not he's on Front Street or behind the scenes, not putting out music and just staying low key. It's a hot track, no pun intended. Iceberg.
Like I said, man, the I'm on fire. Like I said, to me, man, again, you God body or do you praise Allah? And still rock crosses all on your chain line. I'm scorching. I never forced it. I mean, like, again, the bars, again, you said that too. Heating up the whole block froze. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, he's going in. And let's be clear, if you guys haven't saw the Team Supreme situation or Supreme Team situation, man, that he's done on Showtime is heavy. And I think some of these bars, man, are just going back to some moments in time that he did. Again, the bars are so crazy. How many Nas ears? How many top tiers? How many not here? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's
man. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that religious reference there. Somebody
man,
trying to
shout out to my other OG, man, Iceberg Slim, my cousin, man, Hit-Boy with the thunder. He got that Mobb Deep-ish vibe.
Hey, yes. Thank you, because we're going to cover that.
My brother, man.
We are going to cover that because I'm glad you said that. We are going to cover that. We're going to cover that. Shout out to you, bro. But
Beef, Michael Quincy, don't shoot.
Yes. But yeah, I was gonna just end it off.
The Iceberg Slim,
man. The other Iceberg Slim, huh?
We both the same. We both Iceberg Slim.
There you go. There you go. Iceberg Slim 1 and Iceberg Slim. Well, probably 2 and 3. Yeah, but
probably Scandal's saying his best album since God's Son. Better than Hip Hop Is Dead.
Okay.
Like I said, I would say, man.
So there's so many
run,
perspectives, bro. But yeah, let me real quick with the religious references, at least on this one. It's funny, not funny, but interesting how with most religions.
Hold up, let me put that cool phone for you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's just a quick one where in some or most religions, there's some kind of reference or mention of hell, right?
Okay.
So, and what is in association with hell? Fire. Now, so it's I don't know where Nas's mindset was with that, but it's interesting to think that, you know, when you think of hell, when you see references of it on cartoons, TVs, movies, and so forth, you think of fire in the Bible and so forth. But you know, if we're talking about,
I thought you were going in with the other situation.
Hold on, let me.
I thought you was going in with.
I don't have another situation.
I thought you was going in with the Kyrie situation.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about that religious situation.
I wasn't, but you know,
things to make you go, So
yeah.
Kendall saying if only at least Keys were, that would have been a dope situation too.
That's an ill idea.
I'm on fire joint. Yeah, hey man, you know,
maybe a remix.
Maybe a remix,
a part 2 or something.
Yeah. Again, like I said, man, this is. Like I said, we talked about the I'm on fire. Did we talk a little bit about that serious interlude? What's your thoughts on that serious interlude, man? Just on the bars,
brother. I totally agree with what you were saying initially about it, in that it's titled as serious interlude, but it doesn't even sound like one. This is the only joint that has a feature singing, as Iceberg stated earlier back. You know, just kind of doing background vocals, assisting with the hook, and it's extremely fitting. With this song being labeled as an interlude, it really is one that needs to be a single and video. Nas knows how to strike certain chords, because he is right in that most everyone, let's keep it a buck, most everyone, or some of us, have been in a situation with a particular somebody that's attractive, that, you know, we gravitate to, or rather gravitates toward us, but we know deep down inside that we probably shouldn't be with for select reasons, or for some kind of underlying reasons that we know or feel deep down inside. Nonetheless, you know, Oftentimes that person's convo piece is dope. The S to the E to the X is just the same. And overall vibes is unspeakably attractive. I mean, most of us have been there. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, before you go in, Brian
no,
saying that that was more. I was going to say it, but Brian said it. That was Mario on the vocal.
There we go.
So serious, which means Nas is all in the culture. He watches that verses with Ray J. My baby, my baby. Hey man, Mario was fitting on there. So salute to Mario, man, all day
Salute
long.
to Mario.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah. Mario just did an excellent job on this one. Nas giving his perspective of his circumstances.
And I love that he started off with the Ladies Love Cool Nas with the tight fade.
Yeah.
But then it kind of went into the I Need Love kind of storyline too. So it went into the LL situation.
LL.
So I love how he kind of flipped that. Shout out to LL, man. Love that chicken from Popeye. Shout out to LL, man.
Not with a crunch. Right.
Shout out to LL, man.
Shout out.
But to me, I love how he flipped the Ladies Love Cool Nas with the tight fade. But then kind of had a little that I Need Love kind of storyline. I think this was dope.
Yes.
Again, crazy. And like I said, it wasn't no interlude, man, because it's on 3 minutes. Come on.
Right.
But what was your thoughts, man, on the WTF SMH?
Oh boy. So that one.
A lot of bars.
Definitely some bars on there, just like with pretty much every song on here. This one sounds like Hit-Boy was modeling Timbaland on the production, at least the first beat portion of it. Up to 1 minute and 31 seconds is what I counted. So that one might be one that I have to get used to. Because
When your favorite?
What's that?
When your favorite?
Not that portion of it. But you know what? Dirt Off Your Shoulders by Jay-Z wasn't my favorite Timbaland beat at the first listen, but it grew on me. So maybe this one has to do the same thing. It's definitely not a bad track, as well as that portion. It just might have to grow on me. And it's not whack at all. At least that portion of the beat, it just might have to grow on me. The beat transition afterwards, though, going back to beat transitions, Nas's rapping points. I mean, the beat transition to me on the latter is better than the former. But Nas's bars on that joint, ranging and rapping from people putting lame rappers over him, there being evil and demonic aspects of life, such as cats plotting on someone, and folks in the hood, or just from aspects and areas of our community being given criminal records because of our hood conditions, compelling many of us to do criminal acts and whatnot that reside from such locations. Or even Nas being able to randomly fly out overseas to countries like Japan just to eat their sushi and explore. I mean, all of those are what situations, because there's so many moments in life, good or bad, good people and bad people, that give us some level of what the F this person is on, or what the F the situation is about, whether it's in a positive light or negative shadow. So peace to Nas for acknowledging his launch in the game as well, stemming from main source and the connection thereof. With that said,
this record was crazy, man. Again, like I said, the production is different, man. The riders never get canceled. You know what I'm saying? He was going heavy on the bars.
Oh yeah.
This was a really good transition to the next side of the album, in my opinion.
Okay.
Brian's asking real quick, what songs do y'all want with a video? In your opinion, man? What song do you think he should drop some visuals for? And you guys, in the chat, man, let us know too, man.
You guys let us know. Yeah,
we should see some visuals, man. I'm gonna tell you one, man. I gotta see that Michael and Quincy, man, kind of etched out.
I agree.
And I'm gonna love, hopefully, to see like a 30 for 30 for the 30 record. In my opinion. And shout out to my man. I don't know how to pronounce that, man. We're just gonna call you Zalavi. We're gonna call you Z, my man. E in the building, man. Got to AK,
bro.
Man,
Nasir Jones is the GOAT, is what you're saying.
Once a man, twice a child needs a video.
You guys are really the transition kings and queens tonight. You know that, y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to y'all with helping us.
Y'all going in tonight, man. Salute, man.
Yeah, okay. You guys are steering us with what to cover, first, second, third, and so on. So once a man,
be saying that I'm on fire. I can see that. That, like I said, the visuals, man.
Serious.
He could have done a Beyonce visual album of this joint, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Nas got a lot of stuff going on, but again,
he could have.
I can see the beef situation, man. Like the beef could be a crazy joint.
We are gonna
cover that, man. R. Stewart, man, in the building. I gotta let the AK off for you.
R. Stewart 1000.
Come on, man. I'm on fire. Wow, you with Miss LB that needs a video.
Hey, I see a baby there. Shout out. Ghetto Reporter.
My baby. Is it Ray J? My baby. Patrick understand that Ghetto Reporter.
Oh, yes. Ooh, that one's
man. He's also saying that legit in that first.
Okay.
Let's be clear, man. That first time, I haven't even heard it. I haven't even spun it back twice. I heard it once. It was just the beat. Oh my God. It sounded like that Joey Badass 2000 kind of flavor. Ooh. It was dope, man. Like I said, Hit-Boy is on a whole nother level. I forgot who said that earlier, man. But it was BX legendary.
Yep.
He's counting that joint.
Yep.
Brian saying Thun would be dope in Queens. I hope
all
Queens rappers are in that.
We're gonna cover that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope he does something like that. Yeah, Miss LB agrees too. That would be dope.
Oh yeah.
Let's go into that once a man, twice a child record, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Let's do it, man. Man, just as the other beats on this album, this one is bananas as well. I love the old school horn once again, or saxophone accented throughout this track, as we used to get back in the, back with your Pete Rocks and Extra P's, aka Large Professors and such, and actually still get from producers of that like. So it goes to show that Hit-Boy does he's done his homework as far as respect and credence to the legendary producers that have done it in a similar just done or performed certain elements of production in a certain fashion. But this is kind of like a reminisce follow-up to me in a certain way. And I say that because we hear Nas rap about, for example, his mom back in the days forcing him to fight in his youth, basically for him to man up is what I got from it. His granddad reflecting on the old days with Nas when he was young. Nas as a youth, self-proclaiming that he was hot-headed and living a savage life, all the way up to growing up, or at least getting older, garnering success from the music industry and being one of the first people in New York with a Bentley as a young adult. And for us to recognize that this world is one that we're really just passing through with all of the successes, with all of the challenges and trials. We're just passing through this world for ultimately a short period of time in the grand scheme of it all. Thus the importance of seeing that the time that we have, it's precious. Since one day we're going to grow, hopefully so old that our spouse or some female or maybe a fellow or somebody that we used to deal with just might end up nursing us like the babies that we once were until that sign runs out in the hourglass and it's our time to go home. Either way, anyway, very deep joint. And I'll land my plane on that song there.
And this is the thing too, man. That record was just crazy again. The bars is just like,
oh no, man, we shouldn't sleep on anything. But shout out to you, Roman.
But this thing too. I think Roman's talking about the chat. The chat's been talking about certain records, but nobody's been saying Life is Good. The Street Disciples, if you've been on a rock at the double album from Nas,
right?
It's crazy, but Life is Good is one of my favorites, man. To me, I think that's when Nas turned that corner, in my opinion, with the Daughters record. You know what I'm saying? And also that album cover putting Khaleesi's wedding dress, man.
Ooh,
that's all she left.
Yep.
And let's be clear, Khaleesi's over here trying to bring that milkshake back. It's kind of spoiled. Man, let me get shout out to Khalees, man, for fumbling that bag.
Oh
Should have
man,
stayed with the God.
man.
But I got a question though for Roman in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best album out the trilogy though? You know what I'm saying? What's the best album out the trilogy? Because again, we got your Jay-Z Volume 1, 2, and 3. We've had volumes. I think this is one of the best 3-album run. Again, Grammy on the first one. Second one highlighted the firm. You know, Lauryn Hill rapping for the first time, like you just said, since MTV days.
The firm was on the first one.
Firm was on the first, excuse me.
Yeah, you good.
Second one had the Death Row East and all the other stuff.
Yeah. Lauryn Hill and such.
And now we got this. Now we got this KD3. Excuse me. Thank you for clearing that.
No, you good.
What's the favorite, man, in your opinion? To me, what's the best in your opinion? Bebo in the chat.
And the chat. Okay, so while the chat's typing up their responses, I'll start off by saying that this isn't just because of the newness of the project, but KD3 sounds like the best of these. I think the second best one is KD1.
Where y'all at,
these three, and then the third best is the second one. KD3. There you go. There you go. Hey, welcome to Jay.
Jay. Let me let the AKL for y'all, man. In the building.
Shout
out to over here, man. Come through, man. We building a hip hop community, man. We need y'all.
Y'all know.
Scandalous is saying it's KD2 or 3. He put the coup. He's got the coup for. He ain't picking one.
Hey, I respect all.
Kendall's saying F it, all of them. He's saying all of them. Kendall's saying all of them, man.
Well, no, that's his order.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Same
3,
order as
1,
what
and
I
2.
said.
Okay. I see.
3, 1, and 2.
So he's agreeing with you too. He's saying the 3.
Yes.
Jay's saying the best 4 Pete. Make it clear. Make that clear, man. Kerry's saying a 4 Pete. And like I said, Magic was just
right.
We need to talk about Magic. Come on, man.
Right.
Scandalous is saying 3, 2, and 1 Magic. My order. Okay. I see. Okay. We see.
Which, by the way, if I were to add Magic, it'd be 3 Magic, 1, 2.
Yeah. Z is saying King of Z 3 easily the best. And like I said, I don't think this is newness. What everybody's saying. I think really this is classic. And Nas is a messenger. Makes you think. Yeah,
he always has been. Shout out to you.
Brian saying KD3 Magic 2 and then 1. I think I'm kind of going with that a little bit too. I think that's the order I'm gonna go with Brian, man.
Okay.
I think I'm going. I may switch up that. It's hard to pick on that first KD and that 2, man. You know what I'm saying? It almost should have been a damn double album, in my opinion. Well, Sean's in the building, man. I gotta give Sean the AK. You know what I'm saying?
What's good?
You know what I mean? He's saying the 3-2. Pyre, man. I feel like one album split in volumes. Man, Pyre's always doing something deep, man.
Hey,
it does sound like the same album or a album just cut up in segments. It's crazy.
I mean, it's basically.
Carrie saying 3 Magic, 2 and 1. That's what pretty much everybody's saying. I see y'all. Scandalous over here wilding. Tech 1 in the building. Got to give it the AK. He's the first one that's saying KD2.
Okay.
1 Magic and 3 sounds right. Clearer, smoother, and stronger. He's saying the 3 though is cleaner, smoother, and stronger. I gotta give you the AK for that. I agree 100%.
Shout out all of y'all.
Again,
your
Jay is over there swinging like boys in the hood right now. He's going crazy. He's mad.
Get out the way, Neil Long.
Iceberg is saying Hit-Boy brought out the best in a legend.
Yes,
man.
he did.
I agree, man.
Hence the title. I'm on fire.
I'm on fire again. KD3 needs a couple of Grammys. I think this is man. I think this is going to sweep. I think this is going to sweep, and this is why Jay-Z tried to come out with the picture.
I think
how you gonna put the Grammy with bagels?
He's swinging, and he still might be working on that secret album that he ain't told nobody about.
That shout out to Jay with the Tesla too, man, with the rims on it, man. Hold up, man. Shout out, man. You know what I'm
We
saying?
see
Hold
you.
it
We
down,
see
man.
you out there
See
with
Black
come
10
on
out
now.
there too, man.
We,
Hold
we,
it
we
down,
see
man.
we
Ride
see you got a
easy.
couple few of these.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
man. Get
see
that.
you.
Hold on. Let me give him the money
Get
sound, man, over there too.
the
Shout
money
out to that.
sound. Yeah, y'all know the deal.
Scanlon said I felt like Magic was too short, man. I liked it kind of short.
Yeah, it was
Like
appetizer though.
a stopgap album needs at least 4 more tracks. I feel you, man, but I
I ain't
like it
mad at
kind of
that.
short, man. Cause
Mad
remember
at
that was a little in the tuck album, you know.
yeah, a
what
little
I'm saying?
7-song piece.
A
I
little
think
7-song
Yeah.
little piece, you know what I'm saying? Miss LB said Jay needs to come outside and
Come and get this
smoke. Man, you know Miss LB got an AK in the
Come
house. You know what I'm
outside
saying?
and
Got
get
an
the
AK in the
smoke.
house, man. Come on.
Hold
Jay-Z
on,
over here
hold
getting
on. Jay, come out and play.
Come on. Come out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Puff out here, man, out here on getting in the hot tub. You know what I'm saying? You can come outside
yeah.
too.
Hey, now I spoke about that on Magic. You didn't
JB
have to
was
go
here.
to
He
that
said, "What up,
Grove.
fellas? Yo, the album is bananas."
Because
Shout
JB
out
was
to
here.
JB, man. Come on,
It's too
man.
early to say which is best, but they all slap.
slap.
Yeah,
I
I
agree,
ain't mad at
man.
that because it is early. It's early out here.
Man, 3, 5,
3 through 5?
2,
Oh no, 3.
4.75. Shout out to Cody in the building.
Oh,
That
that's your
KD
ranking.
Yeah,
Okay, your
KD
ranking.
won. Yeah,
Okay.
he they put out the mics on that joint. You know what
Okay,
I'm
so you
saying?
give the
Shout
KD
out.
3 that 5, the KD 2
Yeah,
is a
man. Shout out to Cody,
4.75.
man. You know what I
KD
mean?
1's a 4. Okay. Hey, that ain't a bad. Hey,
Come
that
on
ain't a
with the
bad
commission.
run.
Yeah, come on, man.
Ain't with the commission.
Cause Esco has a good 3 album in the cut with Lost Tapes 3 possible albums of Primo and RZA on deck.
Yep. I won't be surprised about that. Which, by the way, though, man.
Hold on, I gotta give him a damn.
Man.
Come on. Again, Miss LB's telling Jay, come outside.
I'm outside.
Jay somewhere with bet. Man, come
Oh,
man.
God. You're making Jay go back to some instances.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Tech 1 saying KD 3 5 might. Now let's be clear.
1,
Tech
2,
was
3,
saying that he liked the 2, right? He had 2 up. Let me go up to I think he had the 2 joint. Yeah, he had 2, KD 2, 1 Magic, but he said that KD 3 is cleaner, smoother, and stronger. So he's giving it the 5 mics already. Scanlon saying, you know, you're the GOAT when no one can agree on the order of 4 albums.
Hey, drop a bomb for that one right there. Or let the AK offer something. The horn, whatever. Yeah.
All that, man. Come on,
man.
Scanlon is
so
dropping
true.
jewels, man. That's facts, man.
That is facts. Salute to you
facts.
for that one. A salute to the rest of y'all for your
Super
intake,
facts.
for your take perspective on these albums plus Magic.
Well, and this is the thing too, man. We got to talk about what I think Kendall brought this up. I think Brian brought it up. Shout out both of them guys. Not only is the album crazy, we got to talk about this concert that he's doing on February 24th, 2023.
Okay.
One night only, performing the whole trilogy. He's doing the whole thing. Madison Square Garden.
Come on, man.
Madison Square Garden. One night. All 3 records, man.
One night only, ladies and gentlemen.
And he getting the bread from the Chase Bank. Kanye can take some notes. Yeah, shout out to Ye, though.
Shout out to Ye.
What's your thoughts on this concert, man? Is this a once in a lifetime gotta go concert?
I don't think it gotta go in what way, bro? Like exit the game, gotta go. I'm talking
about like as a fan.
Gotta go to a 10. Oh yeah, I mean absolutely, man. We're talking about a legend, one of the illest, if not the illest, to do it in some opinions or whatever. I ain't mad if he is considered the GOAT.
Hey man, Mets
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
go.
I gotta let the AK off for Mets champion.
Mets champion.
Queensbridge in the building.
Queensbridge, yes, but you gotta go if you're an NY. If you got the ducats, you know what I'm saying? If you got the Skrill, if you got that Lucchini.
Man, hold up. Speaking of legends in the building and money.
Okay.
J Cam's in the building.
Hey,
gotta let the AK off, man. Hold up. I brought my clock, man. Hold up.
Oh, we gotta go.
Jay Camp's in the building. Jay Camp, what's goody?
Oh, we can't hear you, brother.
Turn that mic on, cut.
Yeah, hit that mic and
hold up, man. Pause. Hit the mic.
Yeah.
Men's saying 4015
14 Vernon. Oh, okay. Not far off from 4016.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
shout out, man.
Salute to Queens.
Hold on real quick. Brian saying Jay once again is on starting off fast. Then you're wheezing in the back.
Ooh,
look who's wheezing. Jay has to drop 2 classes just to be in the race. We talked about this. One hot album is bite him in the ass.
Man, they got feeling in the chat.
First of all, Sterling Gentry is in the building. If not, should retire. This is a great way to go.
Welcome. It would be a great way to go, but I think he's still got much more fuel in the tank. But I ain't mad at that. Shout out to Sterling.
And Magic has to be included because he hit him back to back.
You got to include Magic. Yeah. Bob Pierre. Go ahead. Iceberg. KD3 is the absolute best of the 3, but I still appreciate how KD1 made me feel during the pandemic and blasting KD2 weekend. Condolences to your dad's passing. Nas has gotten you through tough times with his lyrics. Again, it's a blessing to be engulfed or just surrounded with music that serves as an inspiration, Bob. So we definitely don't want to cast a shadow on that at all. In fact, we want to do the opposite. Again, condolences to your dad passing. And we're just glad that an artist such as a Nas and a legend with, the legendary talent within him is able to impart some level of motivation and inspiration within you. So salute to you, Bob Pierre.
Oh, they shout out Bob in the building, man.
Yeah.
Man, in the building, man. You know how we do.
Yeah.
Again, Kerry saying Nas said that
after Lost Tapes 2
was released, the next Lost Tape would be a collabo album.
Man. Oh, so Miss
LB saying Kendall people are chasing card holders to get them first dibs. trying to get that in there, man. I think we're going to sell in a couple of days. I agree, man.
Right.
So again, if someone would have told me back in 92 to 99 that Nas would have dropped 3, arguably 5 classes between 2020 and 2022, I would not believe. I agree.
Man, yeah,
100%.
The haters are mad out there with
they swinging.
This run. Oh yeah.
Mets champion saying we need Queen Three finest too. Yeah.
You good
now we hear you.
Okay.
What's good, bro? What's good?
Jay Camp's in the building.
Yeah. And we do need Queensbridge finest, but Camper, what's good, brother?
We got we got to talk about
stuck in traffic, man.
No, it's
all good.
Hours, man.
Yeah, you hear. That's
what was your initial thoughts when you put this in the deck?
It's a problem. I mean, we got to call a spade. I'm pretty sure the chat is lit and they saying the same thing I'm saying. This album is a problem, bro. From the bars, like I shared like Planet Asia's comments, Static Selector, like mad cats in the industry is going bananas over this right now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Nas is in rare form. It's like,
yes.
I mean, the fiends call it good crack. I mean, right now, Nas is delivering that uncut. I mean, basically what he's doing.
Yeah. Shout out to good looking out on that J Campus. Shout out to Shamario Patterson.
Oh, thanks.
Fire.
Salute, bro.
Scandalous is saying Pete Rock holding up the Lost Tapes 3.
Man,
I don't. Who knows, man?
We need that, Scandalous. I'm pretty sure you got some Nas Lost Tape.
You got
somewhere that we can get. I know
Sterling saying been rocking the Godson since I was 7. I'll be 36 in 2 weeks, and these last 4 albums have been some of the best work since back in the day, which cements his status as the GOAT of his generation.
Man, big up to Sterling.
Shout out to Sterling, man.
You an 80s baby, brother, just like us, man.
You already know.
Shout out to you.
You know
the
deal.
Shout out to you, big dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout
out to
Jay, we been talking about the album, and we went from Ghetto Reporter to about I think we went into First Time. What was your thoughts just on that first 4 records, man? The Legit, Michael Quincy, the Thun, 30. What was your thoughts, man?
We actually, as a whole, real quick, as a whole, we're gonna cover that Ghetto Reporter and Legit because we really didn't cover those yet. But
it's
ahead.
all good. It's all good. We'll get
we're definitely gonna get there.
I'm gonna start with that Thun because you know that's like my guy Prodigy. I like R.I.P. Prodigy.
Dun.
You know what I'm saying?
R.I.P. to Prodigy all day, man. Gotta let the AK
that's
off
Q. That's QB all day. Like
that's
if
nothing
you
less
a fan
than QB.
of anything QB, you know, Thun is that. It's lingo. It's part of the lingo. And salute to Prodigy, Havoc, everybody that represents the QB. Nas pretty much, again, every single time Nas grabs the mic, he takes us on that ride.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we passengers with him. You know what I'm saying? We in the whip with him. And he's telling them stories, man. I appreciate that, man. So for me, when I heard the Thun, I feel like I'm thinking of Core Mega. I'm thinking of Havoc. I'm thinking of Prodigy. I mean, even cats like 50 and Ja Rule. Like I'm thinking of all of them. Like when I hear that Thun joint,
which he mentioned. He mentioned. 50.
I think Byron or somebody in the chat was saying it'd be a dope visual to have everybody from Queens in that video. They show the video, man.
Yes, bro. Like I co-signed that. If we can get all them cats in that,
man, it's over. The bridge is over.
The bridge is over. The bridge is over.
No
crypto in the building, man.
Man.
But
shout out to Crypto
all day, man.
If we can get that visual though, we really gonna be on that ride. But
Champion saying I need that effing with Nas. I need Evan with Nas since '97, but R.I.P. Ann Jones.
Yes, rest in peace to Ann Jones, Mama Jones.
Big facts,
Mama Jones.
Rest in peace to Ann Jones, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to
100%.
Not Mr. Pro Not. Okay.
100%.
Damn, bro, the album hit too hard. I was waiting all night for the album.
You and us both.
Like I feel like Mr. Pro Not because like. I went into this album really with no expectations. Like I was like, I don't want to say it's gonna be fire because I don't want to be like expecting too much. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of went in it with an open mind. And when I heard a Ghetto Reporter off top, first of all, we know Nas is classic for intros. Like every single album, even the ones that we feel like that's been duds, still got dope intros. Like
they do.
When has Nas never had like a dope intro?
Man,
every single one of them. Usually he's rocking over a sample, but that Ghetto Reporter, man, it's remember the joint with Mike Epps, and he's like breaking Channel 5, going live. You know what I'm saying on that?
Man,
was it not the Money Talks, but whatever the joint he had with Ice Cube. That's what they remind me of, man. When you got that Ghetto Reporter, you got the
Queen saying Nas has inspired the OGs to come back out.
Facts, Queen. Facts, 100%. Facts on that.
Yeah, definitely facts on that. And I agree with you, Jay.
To me, like if you just look at social media, you see all the OGs who's going hard over this album. This is inspiring a lot of our favorite rappers outside of Nas who should be inspired to put out this type of music. And shout out to Hit-Boy too, because I didn't give Hit-Boy enough flowers, you know what I'm saying, when I jumped on. I don't know if y'all did already, but I want to make sure that I give Hit-Boy his flowers because he again continues to bring the best out of Nas.
Yes.
Shows why Nas ages like fine wine. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Hit-Boy though. Salute to him.
Mario saying something real deep too, man, which is like, man, that song makes me wish the Tunnel was back. And y'all don't understand.
The Tunnel.
The Tunnel was where it was the club where everybody they had unisex bathroom. So everybody, and that's where you went to basically drop your music at, man.
It was Freestyle Central. There was a
Freestyle,
lot of told and untold stories that happened there. But Tragedy Gaddafi and Cool G Rap. Yeah, cameos. Yeah, that'd be dope. Oh, but yeah.
Cody said, when I saw there was no features, I had a strong feeling with this album would be amazing.
And you know, Nas always goes bananas when he ain't got no features.
He does.
Yeah. What was your thoughts, man? What track you want to get back into, Peebo? That we haven't done.
Real quick, I was gonna follow up with what J Camp said on the Get a Reporter and Legit real quick. Man, because there's so much. Not legit, but
Kendall. Kendall said Jay need to get off the couch.
He's still on the couch,
man. But Get a Reporter, man. Nas was saying that basically it's rare for him to drop music so often that the audience should appreciate such moments whenever he does drop. J Camp laced it best when he said that it's hard for Nas to fail in releasing an intro, and this serves as yet another example. Artists living, and with artists, I think he mentioned artists living out lives that scarred from the music industry, culture, from the culture vultures in the music industry. Nas even acknowledged, hey, KD3 is his best Hit-Boy body of work here, you know what I'm saying, that was crafted in the fact that he's grown from barely attending certain places and meeting with certain power players in the span of his career or life. It just goes to show that progression as a man and as an artist and as just a professional and what he does and what he lives as a legend,
right,
and that he's certified in the game with actual fans as opposed to fake numbers and streams. And it was dope to hear what sounded like Richard Pryor to help usher that in. I think that was Richard Pryor, but what was the other joint? Thun, that Thun joint. I grew up
joint, man.
Oh yeah. I grew up like a lot of other Queensbridge.
What was your thoughts on the beef record, man? We didn't talk about the beef joint. And that
man,
was
I thought I shared that bar from the beef record where he was talking about with Jay. He was like, you know what I'm saying? I text Jay and I say it's still not over yet. N-word. Like just because, you know what I'm saying, we on good terms, fam, it's still not over yet. Like I'm still that dude. Like Nas came so heavy on that because he had to make sure he was stamped. Like that's that general joint. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really trying to make sure that's that kick in the door joint. Not to say that he was really just aiming at Jay like that. I don't think that was the purpose of that at all. He was really telling the story, but at the same time, I felt like he was solidifying, like, that Ether was a problem. When I gave y'all that business, it was really a problem. And when I text you today, I still tell you it's not over because that's the fire that's still lit in me. That's the competitor that's in me. If you were MC, you understand that. Like that's part of the whole sport is to make sure that you continue to stay lit and to make sure your pen is the sharpest it's ever going to be. You know what I'm saying? And really, to me, I feel like he was giving Jay props in a sense. Yeah. Because I feel like he was basically saying, like, but Jay made me continue to stay sharp. And that whole beef took I don't want to say like mind of its own, but it developed into something that was different to where it's like, okay, I know I need to step it up a couple of notches.
And that beef could have went left too. It could have been super.
It could have went left, but they kept it on wax. Yeah. They kept it on wax, and basically,
like Jay went personal on that super ugly.
He went personal on super ugly.
Scanlon saying Pac, DMX, Nas the only ones with 3 to 4 classes in a row in a 4-year span.
Yeah, yep, I agree. There's nobody else I can think of, but yeah, that sounds right.
I can't think of nobody else either, man.
But we got to mention something else about this beef, though.
Go ahead, Bebo.
Go ahead, Bebo. Go in on it.
Hey, great analysis, great commentary on this track. We can't leave out the fact that this song is a modern day vibe of when Nas rapped describing himself as a G to the U to the N. It was written, I gave you power.
We talked about that.
Yes.
Like 2 or 3 shows ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We talked
Yep.
about that. Man, that gave
Can't leave
that
that
I
out.
gave you power is
Yeah.
still a monumental track
Yeah.
just from a perspective of teaching cats how to really write.
Right.
Yeah.
And seeing, like, understanding
The
the actual
poetic
perspective
piece of
of
it.
the subject matter. We're talking about, when it comes to beef, residing everywhere in the hearts of certain people, empires
Mhm.
falling over women in some cases, the source of the
100%.
United States versus Al Qaeda, the one that can throw off the smartest person or the geniuses in the world, fake smiles and dispositions from so-called friends, and too many other references to count that existed well before the times listed in the Bible, that
1000%.
that knows how to professionally invade anybody's space, no matter how guarded or open that person may be. So, like J Camp alluded to, we needed Nas to take it back on this level, and sure enough, he did. Is the beefs, this song, it's the best song in relation to the subject of beef, second to Biggie's "What's Beef" on the Life or Death double
And
album. So shout out to Nas on this descriptive.
and what
gem.
did we talk about yesterday, fellas, with another
Mhm.
legend who's a producer who said the same exact thing. Like
Mhm.
these dudes like Nas who's taking it back to the essence. Like the game is supposed to teach. Nas is teaching, you know what I'm saying, cats how to continue to craft these type of tracks and to live in the moment. Because I mean, Nas is clearly in the moment right now. Like his pen is
It's on
it's
fire.
unbelievable.
Miss
It's
LB
on
saying
fire
that
right now.
going to
He's in
Scanless,
rare
like
form.
Scanless said there was not any art. There's only been 3 artists that had the run in 4 years. Miss LB took it even further.
She said
Nas
40.
is the only one with one producer, pretty much.
Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
Great.
Oh my
Superb,
God.
superb point.
That is a
Superb
one
that is a monumental point.
producer.
That's
Superb
monumental.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to go back to like what? I mean, cast like Rakim.
Marley
Yeah, I
Marl
was
type
thinking the same
swag.
thing.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
who was in that type of bag to where you saying like
Yeah.
one producer? I mean, you got to go back. I mean, Miss LB's in her bag right now.
Yeah, you
Salute.
can get back right now, man. Get no skips,
No
man.
No
skips.
all
skips.
day.
100%. No skips.
Mr. Pro Nine, Look Nine said himself on the song "Count Me In." Fireworks every time I turn the album in. When it ain't
Yo.
even in July, I got it hot
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yo.
Absolutely, man. Come on,
Yes.
man. I mean, what are we really talking about here? What are we really talking
Yes.
about in comparing Nas to Nas's legacy to
Yeah, shout out to Ill Will, man.
here,
Ill
man.
Will was
Yeah.
alive, man. Sheesh.
Man.
Oh, man.
Rest in
That's a
peace to
whole
Ill
different
Will.
situation,
Rest in
man.
peace to Ill Will. 100%.
How many classes the Guru had with GJ Premier in a row?
You know what? That's
you
true,
listen
Cody.
to all of
I
them.
don't know if there were classics in a row.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It may have not been.
I feel what you're saying, though, Cody. I feel what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
they made timeless music, though.
They did.
I think that's where Cody's going.
Well,
in
and
my
on that
opinion.
note, absolutely, because these two and Nas and Hit-Boy,
The fact
they're the
that
best
we
combination
can
since
still
Guru
like-
and Primo.
the fact that we can reference that Guru and Primo, that means they have some type of
Yes.
imprint.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
you know
some
what I'm saying?
staying power.
They stamped. They
Mhm.
stamped on that. So
They are, yeah.
I feel Cody on that. 100%.
Crypto saying Nas. First of all, shout out to Crypto. Nas, Rock, Marciano, Griselda, top 3 2022. Hell of a year for the art.
Brad, you need to go ahead and give one of them blasts. Give one of them gun blasts to Crypto. 100%. He needs an AK for that. He needs an AK for
Facts,
that.
man. Hey, salute
man.
and cheers, man. Crypto's real talking right now,
Exactly.
man.
Yes,
Rock
yes.
Mossy, Griselda, Nas, they holding down
Man.
2022. 100%.
We talked about the 30, man, but going on that 30 real quick, J Camp. What's your thoughts on that 30?
Come on, man. Nas 30 years in the game, bro.
There you
I
go.
mean, he got to let
And
dudes
count 'em.
know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say a rare form. You know what I'm saying? Like when Nas is talking about 30, that's when you know you aging gracefully
yes.
in hip hop. It's different, man. Like That's the track that where he lets people know he's different. That's that Kareem.
Yeah.
That's that MJ, where your legacy is 100% stamped. You know what I'm saying? You can show the cast the rings, you know what I'm saying, on your finger. That's what that 30 is. So you know what I'm saying? Salute to Nas for that. That's one of my favorite joints on the album too, actually. You know, I'm glad he got his chance to really just talk his ish and just
he
let
was
cats
talking on
know. You know what I'm saying?
He's
I'm
definitely
30 in because I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of cats who's not going to be able to talk like that. You know,
Right.
outside of your LLs, your Busta Rhymes, it's very, very few who can talk like I'm 30 years in and I'm still relevant.
Right.
I'm still like I'm still Mount Rushmore 30 years in. Ain't so many cats can say that. Nas is one of the very, very select few who can drop that type of track.
Gabriel said I think he's still saying whatever shit Takeover was saying. Like one hot album every 10-year average, trying to kick knowledge. Hey, Jay's over there. He's swinging right now, man. Seriously, he's swinging.
Jay need to get in the booth. Jay got to get in the booth, man. He got to.
He might need to pull out the pen and pad for once.
And that's what
run the Nasman on.
when you rap poet, your pen is a muscle, man.
Absolutely, he's flexing.
He's flexing.
He's flexing. Real talk.
Duran Uptown, man. Hold on, man. He got everything. He got the boots. He got the BMW. Hold on, man.
Everything. He got the whole. He got the starter
scarf
kit.
for that.
He got the starter kit.
That new Nas album's fire. Has that Illmatic. It was written combined with Magic album, but in a new grown way. Shout out.
That and I think like when we kind of like talked about this album, we previewed it, like what we kind of wanted to hear from it. We referenced Magic as being like that prequel, like the blueprint to this KD3 because it was really grown man music, and that's really when Nas was like deep in the bag, and he gave it to us on Christmas. So Nas came with the Santa Claus glove. He had the white glove on, like with the presents.
The old Usher back in the day at church.
You know what I'm saying? He dropped the gift on us. You know what I'm saying? I feel like KD3 is when he really came down the chimney. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy. Everybody's saying different records, man. Duran saying Beef, Done, Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Like real talk. I mean, Duran is 100%. Like, it's hard for me to say like which one is like my favorite joint, like on the album.
They balling now. Jay and Nas are being low key competing until they balling now. Yeah, pretty much, Queen.
Hey, shout out to them for still, still
going in, man.
Yeah. Oh, the A team. We see you. Salute.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the A team, man.
100%.
Hey,
go.
Bill, man, coming through here.
He's got the crown right now. He's got the crown.
He's got it.
I don't know nobody who's gonna snatch it from him right now.
I think I don't know who said that. I don't know if it was Tech One.
Cody.
Somebody saying that Jay got to do 2 albums to even catch up. I think that might have been Kendall. Shout out Kendall, man. Eric B. and Rakim and Nas and Hit-Boy. Hold up, man.
Well,
give Cody that AK because I mean that's a
man. I don't know.
Man, I'm gonna put the Koof on for that one.
Man,
that's
I don't know if we can. No,
that's hard, man. That's hard.
No, man. I don't know.
That's a hard one.
We're talking about two different eras.
Jordan and
that's a hard one.
And Wade or something, man.
It's not that it's just a different era, but that's a different type of.
That's a different dynamic entirely.
That's a different dynamic. Like,
man.
I mean, because I think we can say then the sport was slightly different.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
different. Like from a competitive standpoint, like that's when Burroughs was competing. You was competing against other dudes for deals. Like it was a different. It was a blood sport back then.
It was. You was gonna get touched. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
It was a blood sport back then. But that's a great question though. Like I really have to like think about that.
Right.
I really got to think about that.
Yeah.
Man, seriously.
Mr. Pro Nas talking about that Beef hit different, man. He's talking about that I Gave You Power type of song where you rap in the perspective of that thing and the man really rap from that perspective of something that can only be conceptualized.
Yes.
That's where Nas just has a gift.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Which
where
is,
his
man,
gift
sheesh,
is.
man.
Again, he puts us in that journey. Like we sitting
Hold
right
up,
next to him.
man. Kofi time.
Right.
Oh,
Give Lee the Kofi, man.
Lee over here starting stuff, man. Don't forget Nas
Lee-
Stillmatic on Jay's
Lead
birthday.
is starting stuff,
God
man.
damn, man.
Lee came with the blade for
Coming in
Jay.
Blade, man. Shout out to Lee, man.
He good at Jay.
Yeah, he's with that little twisty knife, man. He got that Game of Thrones knife, man.
oh man, not that little finger dagger.
Yeah, that finger knife.
Right. All Lee needed was the mask. He just needed the Jason mask on. Just to
you got
gut
that little
somebody
leather
one
face
good
joint,
time.
man.
I
He's saying Nas and Hit-Boy did it in 3 years, man. That's crazy. In recession time. I mean, excuse me, in a
yeah, it's recession time too.
recession, but also COVID and all that joint, man.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah,
albums
yeah.
done like that. It's crazy, man.
Ran uptown, yeah.
You know what? I
think
think we are seeing a common theme. Beef is the new I gave you power. Like we didn't seen a couple of cats say that. And I agree with that sentiment as well. Beef is the new I gave you power.
Oh,
I think Bebo, you said that too. Like you basically said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody
100%.
recognizes it. So it's and they had 3 straight classics.
They did. They did.
Yeah,
3
come on,
straight
think of it.
classics.
Oh yeah, they did have 3, didn't they?
That's why I said I really had to think
Cody
about
going
it.
in, going hard in the paint.
It's
I
been
really had
so
to think
long,
about
but, man,
that.
they had some heavy
In that time when you just had MCs going at each other's throat.
Yeah,
Like I said, it was a blood sport back then.
I gotta give it up, man. I mean, of course, we're all doing that. We all gotta give it up to Nas because, this is just a random thought, which has already been talked about. But shout out to Queens, man. He recognizes even with all of the success that he has, he's grounded in where he comes from. And just slightly going back to that Thun real quick, I think about 4016 kind of being a prequel in my mind to Thun because. He kind of hit on it a little bit, but then on Thun, he went full-fledged Queensbridge as and made this song as an ode or commemoration, and really all throughout the album. But going back to the other iceberg, because I ain't forgot about what you said in relation to Mobb Deep.
Shout out Iceberg,
right?
Yeah. Shout out and salute. That joint has modern day. It has that modern day havoc of Mobb Deep's Hell on Earth strings that Hit-Boy curated. You know what I'm saying? And he mentioned, Ronnie Bumps, Corley, Star Kim, to Stretch, Grandmaster Vic, the Disco Twin. I mean, even to experiences like never forgetting the sound of a subway train ride, even though he hasn't ridden one in like a decade. I don't know if we got anybody from Queens like in the chat. But I know Nori said on Drink Champs that Nas saved Queens after that bridge is over. And you know what? And it's funny you say that, man. Thank you for saying that because on the end of this song,
if somebody's on from Queens, can you co-sign that? Because I'm curious to see what you think.
He referenced the bridge is over a little bit. If you hear the end of it where he said the KRS bar, but he flipped it slightly. Manhattan keeps on making it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. Bronx keeps on creating it, and Queens keeps on caking it instead of faking it. So I know there's still a little something. There might be a little something there with cats from Queens at that time versus I know it was the Juice Crew versus BDP or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's not just the song, it's all throughout the albums that we've heard in this catalog. He's given credence to his hometown, and I gotta salute Nas, not just from an overall success level, but hey, as Nas, I ain't forgot where I come from. Hey, I'm even gonna stop by the studio where Omega's at and record with him and the Alchemist for that glorious track. I ain't forgot where I come from. I'm bringing Herman for the KD1 joint. I'm still, and I can hang out with the bourgeoisies, and then later on sit on the street corner with a little 40 or something like that, and a straw hat, no security or something outside of the block. So that ties into the legacy of who Nas is. In addition to the music, it's his character. It's his.
Can y'all talk about what the A Team is saying? 19 albums, 16 no features.
That's hard, bro. I mean, that's hard to do.
19 albums.
I mean,
19 albums, 16 no features.
like, let's think about it this way.
19 albums.
We
Wow.
give J. Cole props today for having
Facts.
albums with no features. And the ATM basically just ethered what J. Cole has done to this point.
Yep.
Basically just ethered it. I mean, he pretty much gave it the Hulk Hogan boot to the dome. It's basically
Come on, brother.
what he just did. Brother. He gave it
God.
the brother. Off top.
Right,
Hey,
right.
man,
One of these.
Jay saying all of them, man. Game Pusher, Freddie Ransom. 16 track
Man.
features, man. Come on.
Jay, you talking my
some
language,
17 with
bro.
the bonus.
You talking my language. I'm a Ransom and a Freddie fan too. So
Yeah.
we speaking the same language, bro.
Jay is washed, man. Man had to get ghostwriters.
Oh, talk about that little finger dagger again. With the Valerian steel.
I'm wilding on Jay.
Yeah.
Jay go ahead and shut that fresh out down, guys. Let's cut it down.
Right.
Jay better get us canceled.
Man.
Kane was for Jazzo, Jay was for G-Rap, was Nas and Punisher. Happy 51st, man, belated to Big Punisher.
Oh,
all day,
man.
Shout out to
R.I.P.
Big
Pun.
Big
100%.
Pun.
Man,
Rest
Johnny
in
Blaze, man, was my favorite.
Johnny Blaze, everything
Thing
changed.
Yeah, man, come on.
100%.
Jay needs to
Should
write something
we
off
crack-
the dome, man. We're fine.
Not
Yeah,
dead
man.
motherfuckers.
G-Rap,
Kendall.
man, kid, G-Rap kid wanted smoke.
Smoke.
Peace to G-Rap.
Peace
Man,
to
Rebirth, the
G-Rap.
sock still in the bill. Man, you up, man. Shout out. Oh, you talking about that Santa Claus, man, with the white gloves on, coming down there.
Right.
Yeah,
With the white
man,
gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Usher.
Come on,
man.
Usher joint.
give him milk and cookies. Queen saying, no, let him stay in the retirement bed.
Hey,
Not with the flip
Come on,
flops,
Queen.
too. Y'all talking about his flip flops, man?
Don't do him like that, Queen.
I'm saying he
Don't
wearing these boys, dog.
Don't do him like
How
that,
can Nas be
Queen.
garbage? Shout out to Spaceman. Man, man,
Facts.
got that face, that scrunch face, too. Shout out.
Right. He was like, how can Nas be
Hey,
garbage?
man.
Scanlon saying Miss LB, you could argue with all three in a three have 4 in a row. Great Depression was a step down, but still sold well.
Actually,
And
Great
Pac had
Depression
Thug
wasn't
Life in
bad.
94, and Are You Still Down in 97? It's debatable, but Nas for sure has 4 in a row.
Man, look at Scandals over there just dropping facts.
He's
I mean,
been
Great
doing that
Depression
all
was
night.
Great Depression was not bad at all.
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't
it wasn't bad.
bad.
No, it
It
wasn't
wasn't.
bad. No, it wasn't bad.
At all.
I think that might have been, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been like that 4th or whatever number it was, that last number 1 album.
That he had, yeah.
Yeah.
Who we be.
Right.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Right.
The
The dog.
Yeah, man. Come on. Shout out to
man.
DMX, man.
Rest in peace.
Nas over here literally rapping from a perspective of beef as if it was a real person.
L Turner with the burner.
Talk that talk, L Turner
hear
with
you.
the
We hear you.
burner.
Man, shout out to Bebo's
Nat,
cousin.
aka
You know what I'm
L
saying?
Turner with the burner.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Shout out to L's, man, all day, man. Salute
Yeah,
coming through, man. We gotta give you
yeah.
the AK too, man, for coming through.
Yeah,
Man. Shout out to
yeah.
L, man,
Welcome,
you know what I'm
welcome.
saying?
Welcome. No
Um,
diggity. No diggity.
Like I said, man, A-Team still going in. Nas one and only to make songs backwards.
Ooh.
Yo.
Goat talk since then, man.
I mean, is anybody else doing that though? Is anybody else like rapping songs backwards though?
well, and again, this is what we talked last night about with Nazi and Myrick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bad Boy. Shout out to the
Shout out to
Hitman. If
Bad
you didn't
Boy.
see that interview that we did with the
Yeah, go check it out.
legendary Nazi Myrick, man, he doesn't
just-
do
it's-
interviews. We
Check
just
it
interviewed him
out,
yesterday.
like, for real. I mean,
We was
he's
just talking
dropping
about people
some
not being
gems.
creative and man, and getting stuck in this zone where they're not being creative, man. Like again, he
Yeah.
was talking about that, man, where cats got to get back into it. And I think Nas is really doing that. And then
He's in
Hit-Boy to
there.
me, Hit-Boy, I think, man, has brought out, and I think Kendall O'Brien may have said this, or somebody said it, where Hit-Boy is really bringing out the best in this legend.
Man, he's
man.
bringing out the animal in Nas.
Yeah,
like,
man.
like I said the other day, everybody got their animal spirit. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing out the polar bear, the grizzly, and Nas, man. He's found that button to push that just made Nas hit that Super Saiyan, like Power 600 level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He pushed that button.
He did, and that finger's still on that red circular button of destruction. That's got everybody just annoyed. So
Brian saying he's still, man, Jay retired, man. He said stop playing.
Hey man, hey. Y'all out here cooking tonight.
Spaceman trying to clown too. How many Biggie rhymes gonna come out your fat lip?
Oh, yeah. Hey, if y'all haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Welcome to Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous podcast with Rap City No Basement, where we're covering an
shout out to Joe Cleasy. We got the stamp. We got the official stamp from Joe Cleasy.
The patriarch of the original Rap City.
Come on,
and even of this one.
Go watch the interview with Joe Claire, man. We interviewed Joe Claire. We talked about these situations, man. Come on,
same situations,
same situation, man. Let's be clear.
Yeah. But fellas,
y'all going in tonight, man. Met Champion saying I'm from QB. He's on point.
Peace to you, Mets.
I'm glad you said that, brother. I'm glad you said that, brother. Because I want to make sure somebody from Queens really stamped that.
Oh yeah. So we
40 side, man. Come on,
40 side. Rest in peace, Bar Kim. Yep.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
Nor today come Doriega. Come on, stop, man. Come on, man.
Give Spaceman an AK, man. Give Spaceman an AK.
Wilding out here, boy.
Y'all wilding tonight, man. Y'all taking out on Jay, man. Kerry, Thug Life is a group project, so I don't count it. Yeah, you right, yeah. See, it's scary to be going in, man. Damn. No rapper pays more homage to rap elders and legends than Nas. He does, facts, man. And also, let's be clear. I think Bebo said it earlier. He's the one that basically put Fabio on a joint on a record. He's the one that it basically embraced the drill rap. That should have been Jay and them going to the mayor and all that bull.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
He had the which one of them ASAP members?
Ferg was on the joint.
Rocky.
Okay.
No, he had Ferg and Rocky. Remember, Ferg was on the joint with Fabio, but then he did the Wave guys.
Right. Okay.
The Wave guys with a Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
I knew he had some ASAP dudes on the joint.
Yeah. Show you right. The end of this album.
We gotta talk about that, man. Let's go into that.
It'd be great to hear an album with Rakim and Nas. It'd be great. Like that would be.
I think it's overdue.
Hip hop royalty on one joint.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that Don't Shoot, man? The last official record before we go into the bonus joint.
So with Don't Shoot, I felt as if either Nas's delivery could have been different on the slow piece portion of the beat, or maybe kept it the same, but maybe that part be an interlude of some sort. But the thing is, that was my initial thoughts in hearing it. But it gets better after that 1 minute and 16-second mark.
Okay.
Where it switches up to a more steady tempo. Again, another dope switch up. That sounds much better. But at the same time, overall, I think that there needs to be a certain appreciation for this joint, as with any, but with this one, because it's Nas letting it be known that he's not just he's not on some op stuff because he met with the police commissioner, the mayor, or whatever politician, or just whatever governmental figure. He's just sick and tired of all the government, or he's just sick and tired of all the violence out here that's plaguing like many neighborhoods, such as the conditions that he came up in, and many others when he was younger, and again, just so many others that still live in it. So in order to affect change, it oftentimes requires, hey, we need to come to the table on some things about various options and solutions. So shout out to Nas for that one.
Absolutely.
Ending it off on a positive note for the culture, the community.
Yeah.
What I felt, motivational medicine TV. Shout out.
What I felt, Bebo, on that one was that there was post-production, because I thought the same thing you thought, the same exact thing, but I felt there was some post-production done in there where I bet Nas was rapping over a sample.
And
then the post-production came in, because it kind of sounded like, not that he was like offbeat, maybe like a half a tempo ahead, but then like it kind of like caught up to what he was doing. So that's why I said I kind of felt like they switched the beat up on him post-production wise. But I thought Don't Shoot was definitely dope. I mean, I didn't have a problem with anything on the joint at all. But I feel what you're saying though. I felt there was just like some post production involved though, where they just kind of flipped the beat up like after he already done rocked out.
Right.
So
I agree. I agree. And I still like it. It's just at first that was my initial thoughts, I guess, is what I'm trying
no,
to
I mean that's great criticism. I mean, because if we're
it's
giving
still dope,
feedback, if we're giving feedback, that would be something that I would have gave to
okay.
to Hit-Boy, like, hey man,
That first
you
part.
got. I mean, I want Nas to shine. If you're gonna give him the sample, let him destroy the sample on there. You know
About
what
to
I'm saying?
switch
So
up the
that,
drums to fit or something.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's my only like thing on that.
And let's shout out to South Africa and Zambia and
absolutely
Africa on this one, because there were several in Nas's comment area for the bonus track To My Last Breath. I mean, they were saying things like, hey, South Africa, we see you. Hey, we hear you, whatever, because I imagine because of the sample and the sounds that's on there. But, Nas is just on his respectful brag on that one.
Facts. Facts.
Just like when he mentions hooking up with a bad chick, and then her being N-word free like Glorilla.
Yep.
Shout out to Glorilla.
He did slide it in there.
Mhm.
I'm actually too surprised that certain media outlets did boo on Magic,
KD2 and Magic
too. I mean, but I thought Magic especially was such a just phenomenal album that was dropped on Christmas. It's like,
y'all think that the media outlets will basically crown him or like say this album is what it really is this time? Because again, he's not in the ecosphere, the ecosystem of all those labels. So I think that's why they have been giving him a boo-boo numbers. But do you think this album will kind of get him back in that mainstream flow again?
I don't see how you can deny this though.
Right.
I mean, now I say the same thing about Magic though too, but I don't see how you can deny this when you look at the song concepts down to the bars, down to the production,
and even the hype from industry cats, like
exactly,
fellow
and
industry
then
artists,
even his fellow contemporaries. I don't see how you can downplay this at all. Shout out to Carmen too for that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Shout out.
My
to
commercial still killing it too.
Yes,
shout out to
indeed.
Carmen, man. AK all day. Come on, man.
Yes.
Facts. But I don't see how you can hate on this though. I mean, this is different. Like this is hip hop in its purest form.
It really is.
And if you hate on this, that's a industry problem and not a Nas issue. So I mean, I want to make sure I'm clear on that point.
Yeah, while saying Jay
built like the Bad Santa movies. Wow.
Stop it, pal.
Not that Bad Santa.
Flip flop too, though.
Them flip flops. yeah.
Darren Harris is saying that Grand Champ was the last number one for DMX.
Oh yes,
yeah, shout out,
right.
I forgot about that one.
I forgot about
Grand
for DMX.
Champ. Yeah,
yep. Grand Champ was tough too. Man, X had a bunch of just heavy hitters.
Darren saying X had 5 number ones in a row.
There you go.
Talk that shit, man.
Talk that, man. I stand corrected,
man. I get an AK.
Me too.
I stand corrected on that. 100%.
Wow, wowzer.
I stand corrected.
You did, yep. Yeah. Hey, don't sleep on the dog, right?
I forgot about that dog shit, that Prodigy and Nas too.
Oh,
classic,
yeah.
Classic, man. Rapster made Nas on that beef. I'm the invasion of personal space.
Man.
Shout out, man, Rapster, man. Yeah, that beef, man, was just a heavy record, man, in general, man. Like John Lucas, but we need to move. However, backwards part 2 is still hard. Yeah, true. I agree. What was your thoughts, man, on that To My Last Breath joint? What was y'all thinking on that?
I'll finish that one off. Like I said, I've already mentioned that South Africa or certain areas of Africa is definitely taking note, and they're saluting Nas on this one. Along with that, I think that
we do need a primo.
He's acknowledged his successes, He basically, he's acknowledging his fly status. He's, talked about already winning like a Grammy and inning, but Emmy, but aiming for that Tony or Oscar. And he's again spitting that fly talk on here. The groove of the beat being modern coupled with that fly talk, man, it's fitting for a King's Disease album.
Yep.
So salute to Nas for this bonus track and really connecting with the modern day youth for this one. At least that's what I got from it. I know
that's what I got from it too.
That.
I mean, now if anybody in the chat took something different away from that, but that's what I took from it. He was connecting with the youth, and I felt that that's just what Nas just does well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the difference between Nas and a lot of other MCs.
It is
of his ilk, is he's able to bridge those gaps. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
and I salute him for that. But
absolutely,
I mean, you killed that though, Bebo. I mean, it's not I can really.
Likewise,
it's not I can really add on to it, bro.
No, you added on just fine, brother. You did just fine, because man, I know, Iceberg, you had said on a conversation we had earlier, a slight conversation we had earlier today, that didn't you say that this sounded like a sample or of a wrestler, a song that a wrestler comes out to?
The "Till My Last Breath" has a sample. That horn sample is from a wrestler that comes out. It's a joint where I forgot the dude's name.
And yes, Darren, very strong message on that. Don't shoot. Wanted to salute you on that. Yeah,
I forgot who that was, man, but it's a salute out to it, man, because my dudes at work, man, is always talking about. He plays it like in his headphones, man. But again, it's just Hit-Boy just knowing what's going on culturally, man, and bringing it into the music and having Nas just throw those bars on something like that, man. It's crazy. El Turner saying no beef for rival.
El Turner.
How they playing Ether on Idol, brother. Yeah.
That was the bar that stuck out to me. Like those were the two bars that stuck out to me too. Like when he said he was texting Jay, he's like, "Hey, bro, it ain't over." Like it's not.
Brian saying, I'm about to step away. Love your podcast. Must love you, brothers. Keep hip hop alive. We need y'all voices, and you are for the people. Much love. Shout out to Brian.
Much love.
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you so much,
man.
Bro.
Gotta give you the AK, man. Keep on coming through, man.
Thank you.
Day, and come back, bro. Come back and see.
Thank you. Thank you all, everybody who's joining us tonight.
The light stays on, man. We like motels.
We'll keep the light on for you.
Yeah, we'll keep the light on for you. Madness, serious interlude with Mario's Flame. Yes,
shout out, man. It is Flame. And like I said, we didn't know who it was until I think Brian said it was Mario. I forgot Brian or somebody said it was Mario.
Shout out to Mario too, man.
Yeah. Still the vocals on there.
Yeah, again, like staying in that lane of knowing what's up, grabbing him. He's watching the verse.
Oh yeah.
Hit-Boy low key got bars too. He does.
He does,
man. All day.
Low key, he does. Yes.
Again, tell me another MC can do a concept song this great. Feed us. I give you power. Y and B. Come on,
Ms. LB. You've been killing it.
Ms. LB getting that star tonight, man.
The last 2-3 days, you've been killing it.
She's been killing it, man.
I will say this though, couple that with what Jay Camp said about who else has done what other artist has done a track such as Rewind and rapping from end to beginning. The closest I can think of, and I can't remember the name of the album, forgive me, Roots, but they did a whole album from end to beginning. It wasn't a song.
Yes.
But they did. I forgot which one that was.
Black Thought did do that.
Yeah, but it was for the Roots, one of the Roots albums, and I cannot forgive me, Roots, Quest, and
I can't think of the actual name of that. I'm a Roots stan too. And I feel bad for not being able to name the actual album, but
I can't either. Man. But they did do.
It'll come to me right after the show.
Well, we just would at least want to get. Oh yeah, all day. It probably come to me too.
Hold up, man. Devon's in the building one time, man. Shout out to Devon, man. AK and man, all day. We
always
we see in the world
living vicariously through
That's
Devon.
True.
Always living vicariously.
Devon saying the industry does not benefit from Nas anymore. That's why they're not giving him the albums and the love on them joints. Facts, man.
And that's okay.
Yeah. If I hate on this album,
they're not.
It's not really hip hop here. Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah,
they not. 100%.
Yeah. Again, man, the thing that gets me is he doesn't have to rap, but he's still doing it at his highest level. Facts, man.
At
Come
the
on, man.
highest, at the highest level.
If I ain't man, throw the AK out for you, man. Salute for coming through, man. All day, man.
Salute.
The other thing I asked before you got on, J Camp, we were basically saying, man, what's your order of this trilogy, man, in your opinion? Which one's your favorite to least? And you can even throw Magic in there if you want to as well. Facts. Yeah.
Social Elite 82.
Yeah,
I hope. Yeah,
Social
we hope
Elite
the same
82.
thing.
What's good? What's good? I mean, I know I probably have mad people that's gonna disagree with me, man, but I'm gonna go KD. I gotta go KD 3, Magic, the KD 1, then KD 2. That would be like my order.
My guy. That was my exact order. My guy. Hey, my guy.
Hey, guy. Hey, guys.
No, that was my order too.
But that's my order, man. Some people may have Magic last, but I thought Magic was.
I think Power 600 even said the albums sound like a full album just cut up in threes, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. I actually agree with that too. So.
And real quick, with the Roots, I think somebody helped to answer that Roots question, the Undone album. I think that might have been it.
Shout out Cody.
Shout out to Cody. Yes, it might have been that one.
Cody.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you.
Undone was a dope album. Dope album too. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think they have an Undone live, and I know they have the other Roots live joint, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. That Roots live joint.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, B-Boy, I think I shared you a couple of joints off that Roots live album.
Yep.
Hey man, Scandalous is saying our Nas is dropping classics. Their Nas is dressing up like Ice Spice.
Shout out to Scandalous. Give that man the
oh man,
because it's disrespectful for that dude to have Nas's name in his.
And what's crazy, Nas never tripped on it. So I would have tripped on that joint, man. If somebody
I would have tripped on that too, bro. Like,
Nas
you can't be saying your name is Nas and you over rocking lipstick, bro.
Man was wild, like, and he dressed like
to me.
Spice with the booty.
That's disrespectful, bro. You disrespecting a legend in the flesh.
You really are. You know what I'm saying?
That's disrespectful, man. Real talk, man. Because when you Google Nas, he comes up, man. Paul.
Yeah. And that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen at all.
Yeah, Darren's saying, man, this is why the music's so good. Nas is just trying to please no one but himself, man.
Right. Exactly.
Bebo's cousin, man, L Turner, man. Shout out to L. Nas putting pressure on them other artists who rely on more marketing than actual rap. We was just talking about this.
Yeah.
L Turner with the burner again.
Man.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy, let's be clear. Drake and 21 Savage come out last week and they made fake 21. They come out with fake Vogue covers. They come out with fake Howard Stern interviews to promote the album. Nas don't have to do that.
Nas had a Times Square billboard. That's it.
From his own label.
His own label.
Peace to Mass Appeal again, man.
Mass Appeal, man. Fact, man. Core fans, man. Come on,
man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button if y'all haven't, and if you have, thank you so much.
Welcome. Chill, Scandalous. Come on, you gotta chill, man. You know what I mean?
Fall back, Scandalous. Fall back.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1 join. Okay.
3, 2, yeah.
Much love.
Okay.
In that order.
We almost close. We almost close. I had it a little bit reversed. I had 3, 1, 2, but you know,
it's all good.
It's all good though.
Papoose did it in the alphabetical order.
True.
That alphabet slaughter.
Yeah.
Alphabetical slaughter, man. Shout out to Papoose for that. Shout out to Julius
the Fapo. Okay, Tomelo de Fapo. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, from Soweto.
Yeah, let's
top
go.
of the morning.
Soweto, top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
Yes. Welcome and good morning.
Coming through, man. Hey, we talking, like I said, we talking about the album, man. Tell us what you like about the album, man. Like I said, we just enjoying and celebrating and give Nas his flowers plus Hit-Boy's flowers too. I think J Camp made sure that we have to talk about Hit-Boy because again,
his flowers too.
This run, I think Hit-Boy doesn't get enough credit. This run, I think, wouldn't be the way it is if it wasn't for Hit-Boy. And I think sometimes, man, with a guy like Nas that's a perfectionist, you got to have some young dude saying, "Hey, man, it's good. Let's go." You know what I mean?
And that's why we got to give Hit-Boy his flowers, because think about the pressure that Hit-Boy has on him. You working with one of the greatest of all time.
And if you fumble the bag,
and some people feel like he is the GOAT. I mean, he's definitely one of mine. So, and if you fumble the bag, there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That you fumbled the bag on a Nas album. Like, you can't do that. And Hit-Boy has delivered 4 times.
Oh,
I forgot Magic too.
That
He
pinky
delivered
finger
4
came
times.
right out.
Right, 4
Hey,
times.
Iceberg, share the experience of Nas in the studio with
Gabriel
Hit-Boy
says
real quick.
21 Savage is so trash.
He said he's Garbino.
21.
21.
Oh.
Nah, but share that experience real quick of Nas in the studio with Hit-Boy and what it's like from what you.
And like I said, shout out to Hit-Boy, man, on IG today, man. He shared some videos of him working on the KD3, and the dude had his son in there. You know what I'm saying? His son's like 2-3 years old, and it just shows to me, man, like if you're on your purpose. Stay on your purpose, man. Like, the kids don't stop it, the family don't stop it. Stay on your purpose, man. He had the kid rapping, like Nas is rapping, the kids over here talking in the background. And so he's like, "Hey, man, we still gonna record it." So you can hear the kid, if you listen in certain songs, his kid is talking in the background. They still kept it, you know, or his kid was sleeping while Nas is spitting. So again, it was a great video that Hit-Boy shared, but it just showed the passion they have for the hip hop and the music.
Absolutely.
And you ain't gonna stop nobody from getting
and
there.
Hit-Boy knows how meaningful that's gonna be for his son. Like, he's gonna have stories. Like, I was in the booth with one of the greatest ever. And you was there, son. I got the footage of it.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Scanlon's going in tonight, man. He's saying Drake can't get a real Vogue cover.
Scanlon's definitely going in, man.
Drake can't get it. That just goes to show something. But we'll cover that soon enough.
The last shall be first.
He got the Grammy. Yeah.
This thing. Do y'all think this is? Do you think they're gonna get a Grammy to this one? Because this thing, some people may have gave that Grammy to the KD1, but then when he came out with the other one, it's like, man, that's not fair. We can't keep on getting this dude Grammy. You think he's gonna get one with the KD3?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. But J Camp, I'll let you put the kufi on if need be.
I don't see them giving it to him. Now, it's wrong, but I don't see it only because it's the Grammys. I mean, we all know, like, who really respects the Grammys now? We know Grammys is looking at, like, viral, like what's going viral at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see them. It's almost like you can't give Bron MVP like 9 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't, like, somebody else got to get it, man. I think that's just how, like, they look at it as far as the Grammys. Even though we know how this album is beautifully crafted, aesthetically it's pleasing to the ears, everything. The visuals they put out is pleasing. But they don't look at that though. It's like, if Good Kid, Mad City can't get a Grammy, come on, fam.
Right.
Come on, fam. That just we can't put any stock into the Grammys at all.
But even I think Nas knows that. Go ahead.
Nas knows that too. It's no disrespect to KD3, but I don't think KD3 really needs a Grammy to be stamped and solidified with people who really love hip hop. Because in our heart, it is a Grammy. It is a classic. So
I think that's what
we
Darren
good.
was saying, man. He's making it for him, man. He ain't making it for no Grammys. But
yeah, we good, man.
Can y'all answer what Shamario's saying? Like this.
Peace to Shamario.
Shout out to Shamario.
Peace to Shamario.
He's saying, why does Papoose get spun on Hot 97, but Nas doesn't? And both of them independent.
That's a great.
Put the cool phone real quick.
Great question. Go ahead, Bebo. I'm gonna let you handle that cool, my guy.
Ask the cool. There you go.
I'm gonna let you
go ahead, man.
Kofi.
Shout out to Shamario for that.
I'm not behind those closed doors to give the specific reason as to why, but just from a general reason, if that's happening, then the only thing I can think of is maybe Nas had done something behind closed doors or maybe in front of the screen or in front of the scene that didn't please the powers that be. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
And because Nas is way too much of a notable legend to not
Facts,
recognize him.
L. Turner
Nas
with the
is-
burner again.
Nas is
Cousin.
49. Man with the burner. Nas is 49 years old, and he's running lyrical circles around people with Hit-Boy's production. The soul
production.
samples feel like Nas is the blueprint. Ooh, Nas's blueprint.
100%.
Ooh.
100%.
You know, it's funny you made reference to the blueprint because Jay's classic blueprint was the first one.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people placing the label of classic on more than one of these KD albums. So, yeah.
Shout out to Clay Bands in the building.
I mean,
put out the money
hey,
real quick, man. Put out the
Clay
money.
Bands.
Bro.
Bands on
I'm
bands on bands,
curious,
racks on
I'm
racks.
curious, Clay, if you feel the same way, because I feel he has to drop an album. Not even a surprise album. I feel like he has to let us know it's coming.
But this thing,
Because
but if he drops it now, doesn't it look bad? Like, oh, I only dropped it because Nas basically been bodying me.
It looks bad, but Nas is damn near called him to the carpet, though. It's like,
Yep.
he's called him to the stage. He's called him to the pulpit. Like if we in church and you see a preacher out there in the pews, he's like, "Hey, come
The
on,
altar
up,
call.
Come on, son.
come on up here, bro." He done called him up to the pulpit.
Yeah.
More than once.
Man.
Jay's gonna have to oblige at some point to where we start pointing the finger at Jay. It's like, "Hey, man, you got anything in the tank?"
And I think,
is your pen still sharp?
I think in addition to that, man, even without Nas, I think Jay-Z's legacy calls for it, given his most recent musical catalog. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't been the best, in my opinion. I'm not saying he's whack, but his music catalog as of late, album-wise, has not been there. So even removing the bias of Nas,
let me ask you this
right
then,
there
Bebo.
speaks for it.
Do you count? You count the Jay Electronica album as damn near like a Jay album? Almost.
It dang near
like
is. Yeah. Pretty much.
Would you consider that like Jay-Z's best work since, man, like a long time ago?
A long time. Shit.
Yes.
Like American Gangster type bull.
Yes.
Yeah, like since American Gangster. Would you consider like the Jay Electronica album like Jay's best? I would almost even say since like Watch for the Throne.
Yeah, that is the best. Go ahead. I'll just answer your question.
Stole that swag from Ye.
But I'll say this too. I don't hear anybody go back and say, yo, I'm listening to that Jay Electronica and Jay-Z album.
I don't either.
It doesn't have that same
either.
Yeah, it doesn't have that same
either.
Right. Yeah. Not the same staying power as these albums.
100%.
And
I'm still playing the KD one. Still,
same here.
Playing the Magic.
Same here.
And the Magic.
Yep.
Still playing it.
And KD too.
And KD too.
I'm just saying new artists attract the masses with a catchy hook. Real fans want to hear the story and not just bop around. Yeah.
It's bad and bougie.
Yeah.
Shout out to the new cast, man, but it's different.
Shout out to new cast, man.
Drake is a new LL Cool J without the raw lyrics, man. Dude,
I'm telling you, if you check in to Fresh Out, bro, we've been saying the same exact thing that you saying, the same exact thing, fam. That man is like a 2022 LL without the mic on the arm. without the LL bars,
and without the antics of Drake, without these Drake antics too.
Exactly.
Hit-Boy also said because his son was in the background, they gave his son a producer and publishing credit on the album.
Man, did he give the Timbo the crying baby in the background? Hey, man.
And no, what's crazy? He was just like talking like a baby. They was like, man, just keep the verse. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do that verse over, man. And ain't nobody gonna hear that joint. Scandalous saying Grammy's going to sell out with Lizzo, a Lotto, man. Yeah, they're going.
I won't be surprised.
Man, that's what it's coming from.
Talk about two L's, but
take it. Come on, dog.
Man,
Speaking of L's, the other question, man, is Again, we talked about this like about 2 weeks ago, but y'all, both of you guys are in green, so I can get you guys on wax that because of this run, and at the time we didn't even know about how potent KD3 was going to be. We knew it was going to be special, but not like this. Does this make him the greatest of all time? I gotta get you on wax just to say it.
I'm waiting, J Camp.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that, man. I mean,
we talking GOAT, man. 50 years of hip hop, J Camp.
Like
he's been running 30 summers, man.
I mean, I can't deny it, bro. Like, even though like Biggie is probably like my favorite like rhymer, but Nas has to be labeled as the GOAT just off of his body of work and what he's doing 30 years in. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you can really deny what he's doing. Like, I mean, I don't care who you're a fan of, Big, Pac, Hove, whomever. When you look at what Nas is doing 30 years in, and he's put a trilogy together that's just been he's put a trilogy together
on the chain, man,
that has been equally as good as a lot of people's best body of work. Like, I don't see how you can really deny this. I don't see how you can deny it, man.
Right.
I don't.
So you know, with you saying that though, J Camp, you know that keeps Jay up all night long.
Oh, of course it does.
You can cop a football team with some bald white dude. It doesn't match up with getting this love right here.
Listen,
I don't care what nobody says.
I don't care what sport you in. Peyton Manning was watching Tom Brady win them championships.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? When Mike retired, he was watching Kobe go ham. I don't care what sport you in. Like, you see that. Like, you witness it. Jay-Z is sitting on his couch listening to KD3 right now. Like, I need to do something. I bet Jay-Z got about 100 joints recorded, but when he heard the KD3, he was like,
trashed him.
He calling the producer.
Hit
I need something.
Hit-Boy, I heard you were done. I heard you were done recording that KD3.
Can you come over here?
Matter of fact, if I'm Jay-Z, what I'm doing, I'm like, hey, Westside Gun, I'm gonna need you to A&R my project. I'm gonna need the conductor. I'm gonna need every single producer that you rocking with. Rock Marciano, I need you to come through right now and let me get what you working on. Look, he need to call everybody. Who you working with? Who's got that fire right now? Alchemist, who's got that heat? The fact that you had cats like Planet Asia, Static Selector, Rock Marciano, you had like every dude who was really just killing it right now was giving KD3 flowers. That has to make Jay feel some type of way. Has to.
Indeed.
Has to. How can it not? We talking about contemporaries. That's what makes it. It's like the dudes who was on The Last Dance talking about how Jordan gave them the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan did me and I couldn't do nothing about it. He dropped 50 on me and I had no defense for him.
Yeah.
That's basically what Nas is doing right now.
Man.
I don't know what Jay can do, to be honest. Like, if I'm advising Jay-Z, I don't know what to tell him. Yeah. Besides holler at Westside Gun and see what he can do for you as far as production. You're gonna need to
hey yo.
You're gonna need some of that on your album, man. I mean,
man.
Oh man, and yeah. We definitely, we
ain't gonna disrespect James Todd.
Nah, we can't do that.
It's honestly disrespectful for calling him Drake, man. Like,
it really is disrespectful.
Drake trying to do what LL was doing. LL was on a different level, in my opinion.
LL was on a completely different level. Completely different level than Drake. Not even close. from stage presence to mic presence, just completely different.
What's your thoughts, man? We've been on here for two and a half, man. So what's your last final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here tonight, man?
I mean, I don't see how you can deny it's KD3. I mean, I came into it saying that, remember we asked the question, did we think this would be album of the year? And I said, I don't even want to go into it like that because I want to really enjoy it. For me right now, I mean, I didn't think anything was going to top that Black Star. But this KD3 tops that Black Star for me. It does.
Okay.
I ran through it 2 times. I was like, man, this KD3 tops the Black Star. And I never thought anything would do that. Bebo P. I know Iceberg and slipped off, but
yeah,
KD3 is that thing for me, man. I mean, I don't know where you at on it, but I think it's album of the year so far for me. Now we ain't heard Busta. We ain't heard it's some other things that's still gonna drop this year. But it eclipses Black Thought and Black Star for me. And I hate to say it, rest in peace, Phife Dawg. But it eclipses the Phife Dawg for me too.
And we talked about this. We talked about this in the whip today, Bebo. Where we talking about the Phife Dawg was dope, but it's a different situation. It's a different.
I'm gonna let you tap in,
this,
and I'm not trying to be like in the moment guy either. Like I really did listen to this like thoroughly, headphones in the whip, everything. I was stuck in traffic, bro, for 3 hours listening to KD3. I feel like I have like something that I can bring to the table when I'm saying
All people were saying we just didn't want to get stuck off the newness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But then you can't really say that either when you really go bar for bar.
Because again, I was saying it over and over again that I felt Black Star was going to take the crown.
Yeah, you have said that on
best,
record on
best
on
album
live here. Yeah.
And when I heard this KD3, I had to really like take a step back and say, well, I might have to go back on that. You know what I'm saying? And I did run the Black Star back this week, by the way. So it's not saying that I didn't. And shout out to Mos. Shout out to Mos and to Liv too.
They actually on. They probably on right now on a joint on the SNL.
That album is still
it could be
5 mics. That album is still 5 mics.
Shout out to Dave, man, and Black Star.
Facts. That album is still 5 mics for me.
Yeah, and Yummy. Shout out to Yummy.
Shout out to Yummy. Yeah, but peace to Black Star.
Peace to Black Star, man.
Peace to rest in peace to Phife. Indeed.
Like I said, man, with this thing, we don't want to give y'all everything, man. Cause we're gonna come back on Wednesday. We're gonna bring Scandalous on. We're gonna talk about first week sales. We're gonna talk about reactions. We're gonna talk about reviews of the album. Cause we get some reviews by next Wednesday. We definitely gonna chop, and then also we here again this Saturday, man. We here tomorrow going in on some of the new albums. We're gonna be here for about an hour. Come through 9:30, man. We're gonna be back up in here, man. Any shout out
Eastern Standard Time,
man, before we do our thing, man. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the like button. Join us, man. We're building a hip-hop community. Come and join us, man. And shout out to Scandalous, myrapverse.com. We all
myrapverse.com.
But what's your thoughts, man, before we get up out of here, man, one time? All right,
come on, I would just say, man, if there's any albums that y'all want us to review, or if there's an album that you haven't heard yet that you want us to review, definitely let us know. We'll do that. And again, man, tune in. We definitely gonna go in. We're gonna keep doing this thing every Wednesday night, especially. We gonna be on loud and proud. Power 600, shout out to you, my G.
Yeah, all day
long.
Yeah.
No,
actually, what's crazy, Power 600? We talked about this on the phone today, man. Bebo, we're just talking about Batman, the voice of Batman, passing away. So
shout
out, man. Yeah.
We lost a real one. Man. Yeah, shout out
Kevin. Yeah.
Bebo, take us home, man.
They say that the third time's a charm, and indeed, King's Disease 3 has proven that saying to be true, or at least in this instance. As a whole, this album's pretty much rolls. And the duo of Nas and Hit-Boy they've really been unstoppable. I mean, Hit-Boy's been in his bag in a serious way on the production. Nas, he's been revitalized. He's on fire lyrically with ongoing epic verses to songs, crafting nothing less than the title of his EP
Bishop
album.
New Rule. Go ahead.
Yeah, just straight magic. So salute to a job well done, Nas. Salute to you as well, Hit-Boy. You guys curated a critically acclaimed / classic album to a lot of people. I mean, it's definitely a heat rock for 2022, somewhere up top. But again, salute to you, brothers, man, for putting in the hard work, for just keeping it tried and true to the art form, and just blessing us within this year before it ends in this fourth quarter. To all of you guys, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
For over 2 hours. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart.
Too
many to name. But don't let this be the last time you come to the new Rap City No Basement. Fresh Out, the world's most dangerous podcast. We appreciate you. And overall, be safe and God bless you. Iceberg.
Absolutely.
Send us home, brother.
Hey, man, shout out to LB the Podfather, man, J. Kent,
Yes,
Bebo
yes.
P, DJ Scanless, man. You know how we do, man. We're going to be back here tomorrow, and we be back every Wednesday, 9:30, Saturday, 9:30. We're going to be up in here talking about some albums, hip-hop. We building a hip-hop community, man. Come here, like, subscribe, man. Again, J. Kent, Bebo P, they cook, man. LB the Podfather cooks. This is where you need to go for the hip-hop, man. Again, we out, man. We see y'all tomorrow, 9:30, man. Again, appreciate y'all coming through. This is a heat rock. Let us know how y'all feel about the album tomorrow, too, 9:30, man. We're going to be right here.
Absolutely.
We welcome you all to come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
Peace.
Peace.
I'd like to take this time to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Let's go. World's most dangerous podcast. Bebo P's in the building. What's good?
It was going bar for bar.
Shouts out to the fans, man.
Good.
Hondo up in